Crew of the 161. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good evening, everybody. We're a couple minutes early, but anybody that's on is welcome to join. Let me check the comments and I shall wait until a bunch of people come on. Anthony Lipari's in here. 4 trains in the house. Mike Pellegrino, Sunil. I hope you're feeling better after that dental procedure, man. Salute to you too, my man. Sean Browning is here. David Cohen is in the house. So we've got a couple of people in queue already. D-Rod and Sully too. So this is going to be, look, vent session, rant session, whatever you want. It's open to everybody. If anybody doesn't know how to get on, take a look at my previous video. I put a link in it. So those of you that are on now, if you want to be on the screen, you want to take part in the discussion, you click that link, put in your browser, and that will prompt me as to whether you're going to come in on the bottom. So, and that's how you get on the screen. Just as an FYI, and just because this technology only allows 10 people on at once. So obviously you're going to get a few minutes to speak your piece, speak your mind. And then I'll have to, if it's more than 10 people, I'll rotate you in and out off the screen. But you can stay in the stream as long as you want. Load up the comments, speak your mind one way or the other. Okay. You're all welcome to do it. But anybody that wants to join the screen, we'd love to have you. So shout out to everybody. We got 50 people already up in here. Hit them like buttons, gang, if you don't mind. Let's try to get to 50 likes as soon as we can. Maybe we'll get a couple of hundred people in here tonight, which I think, which would be great. I want you all, you ladies and gentlemen, guys and gals, speak your mind. Okay, you're not required to get on screen, but you're more than welcome to. And I encourage folks to bring ideas too. People can vent if they want about the Yankees. Absolutely, there's a lot to vent about. But if you have ideas too, we'd love to hear them. Really, love to hear them. Encourage folks who want to help this team get better. So, and again, it's going to wait a few more minutes and get a couple of people on screen. Let me give a shout out to whoever else. We have Chris Stein's up in here. Elvis, Mantle, what's up? Yankee Army's here. Alex Official, Luis Alman, Texas Buckeye. There he is. There he is. The king of Texas, the emperor of Texas right there. Joel, the consigliere. The whole crew is Andre Visconti. How are you? Ray Gonzo, Manny, Luis. What's up? What's good? Sean Howling, Michael, Word Lifer, Toppers. I love seeing you all on here. Love Word Lifers here. All right, give me 1 second. Whoever's in the queue, I'll get you on. Mantle 7, David. Yeah, Joel, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Steels, you're welcome to come on too. If anybody hasn't heard, anybody that wants to get on the screen, just go to my last video. I put the link in the description. Put it on the browser, copy it, and I'll get you on the video so you can speak your mind. Okay, this is open to everybody, members, non-members. So it could be thousands of people. I don't care. Okay, you will all have a chance to speak your mind. Okay, so I encourage you all. I really do. So again, I'll wait a few more minutes, and then we'll start getting some bodies on the screen. I just want to shout out to everybody else here. Toppers, if I miss you, I apologize. FG, Bobby Bonneman's in the house. Sam Young, Aiden, there he is. Texas, thank you so much, sir. I appreciate that. Joel, I also appreciate that. You guys are legends. Keith Callif's in the house. Sean Browning, Harrison Bader. No, it was a collision. He's day to day, Keith. He should be fine. He got lucky. So did IKF. They both got lucky. They didn't get more hurt. So we'll talk about the conference too. I'm sure people are going to want to vent about that too, Aiden. So who do we have in here? We got David Cohen. Let's get a couple bodies up on the screen here, man.
Can you hear me, bro?
I can hear you. Make sure you hear me. Is that Music City Mike?
I can hear you perfectly.
Music City Mike, can you hear us?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I can hear you too. We got D-Rod in here.
Hey, what's up going on, guys?
What's going on,
what's
man?
up?
Now it's a party, baby. Sully's waiting. I don't see him in the queue yet, but we'll get him in here. Guys, speak your mind. Tell us what you're thinking. And just if you haven't heard, once we get a lot of people on this StreamYard technology, only allows 10 people at the same time on the screen. So I'll rotate you in and out, but I want to give you all an opportunity to speak your mind. But you're welcome to stay in the stream as long as you like, obviously.
Okay, cool.
I just want to give everybody a chance to get on the screen if they want to get on the screen. So
absolutely,
you guys are cool with that. But let's round robin it, man. David Cohen, man, speak your mind, brother. Talk about it.
Man, it's just frustrating. as you guys already know, this whole thing with the Yankees. But it's easy to put the blame on Boone and Cashman. It deservedly so. You know,
Right.
Cashman was the one that built this team. We knew it was flawed from jump. You know that they do always end up in the playoffs, but they can never make it past Houston. You know, it's always a problem. And you know, I've been listening the last couple of days to different outlets talking about, you know, the team, you know, how horrible they've been playing. And it'd be easy to scapegoat Cashman, basically. And okay, you fire Cashman, then what? Now, Chase, you see me in the comments, but there's two solutions in that front office already. And if I were to say if they fire Cashman, I go with Sabian. One main reason being, back in the 90s when he was a scout, Hal was also in the front office working with George. So he has experience with Sabian, and Sabian's built a World Series team more recently. And he's not afraid to use analytics, but not to the point that Cashman's doing now.
Yeah, you're not drowning.
I feel the Yankees are using analytics incorrectly. So
I think there's an over-reliance on it. And to your point, he is the guy that drafted Jeter and those guys for the core four, not D. Michael. It was Sabian.
Right. He was the scout.
He was the guy that put in his talent. So you make a really good point, and you make a really good point. And guys, we don't have, so you can stay on as long as you want, but let's keep round robin. Music City Mike, give us some feedback, man. Tell us what you're thinking.
Yeah, well, it certainly is a frustrating time to be a Yankee fan, but hey, it ain't over. We're one game behind the wild.
It's May. It's
one
May.
game behind the wild card.
Right.
It's May.
And
right.
I tell you, I get so frustrated. Everybody pointing fingers at Cashman and Boone. I mean, hey, these guys are smart dudes. They're making a lot of money. They're smart. They make mistakes just like everybody else.
Right.
The injury thing is it's absurd. I mean, last night in two guys getting hurt in 10 minutes like that, that's obscene.
That's another thing. The injuries. Almost every year without fail, there's injuries. You got to start looking at that department because obviously.
Is that the players? Is that the players not
That's
listening?
Part of it,
is that because you can have the best coaching staff in the world, but if the players don't listen to the coaching staff, what is it good for?
Exactly.
Well, and you look at the trainers and everything like that. But hey, let's face it. Judge had no business stealing that base with a 5-0 lead.
Mm-hmm.
No,
he really did.
I didn't see the game. I was at work, but I saw it when he got hurt, and there was no reason to do that.
No, sir. Amen to that. I mean, it's a stroke of bad luck too. He placed that ball perfectly. It was like a perfect collision.
Yeah.
I don't know how they place it any more perfectly than them to crash into each other.
Yeah.
The worst stretch of luck. And it's Crazy Cat too. Amen. We need a legit closer. And we'll get to that too. Just want to thank Yankee Frankie from on here too. Did you think we'll make a closer?
Yeah.
I think it's an opportunity.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think Brian Cashman's going to go for a big bullpen arm at the deadline.
Can't be any worse than what Holmes has been doing.
Who's available at the moment? Who do you think will be available?
My crazy idea. Can I tell you my crazy idea?
Sure. I want to hear this.
I think the dumbest thing the Yankees are doing right now is continuing to throw Schmidt as a starter.
Yes.
But I got to tell you something. That guy makes some amazing pitches. He really can make amazing pitches. Why not groom him for the closer? I'm serious. I am serious. Knowing he's got an inning, and if he could focus on it, he could be good.
I have another idea.
Good.
What about Severino?
Hmm?
Remember when Severino was in the bullpen when he was first coming back from surgery? He pitched well in the bullpen. He has enough stuff to be a reliever more than a starter.
Dominant for
But right now, your starting rotation so thin that you need.
Well, that's what you need.
Which way do you go?
Right.
I mean, you need. He can be useful in both, but what's more important right now?
Right now,
I mean, 6 innings or 1 inning in the bullpen.
Here's the problem, though.
Don't mess with Michael King. Michael King needs to be right where he is.
He's perfect where he is.
That's the job. That's the Jabba thing. Don't do the Jabba thing again.
I mean,
it's the Jabba effect. Yeah.
Can I say something real quick? Just the top. I just saw a stat. The top 6 payrolls are at or above or below 500.
Yes.
The Dodgers, the Padres, St. Louis. St. Louis is 10-21.
That's
and
crazy.
The Mets. And don't forget the Mets.
Yeah,
the
16
Mets.
and 16. We're actually better than the Mets, and we're saving $60 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, I got to share something with you guys. I was in Texas for the games last week, and the first day Jake Bowers came up, You should have seen that guy in batting practice. I was out there in the outfield. I mean, he must have hit 10 balls out. I mean, I just couldn't believe it. And I was so excited. And when he hit that wall, I almost cried. I couldn't wait for him to get his first at bat. I'm excited about
There's
it.
a curse on this team when it comes to injury. There's something going on.
But watch Jake Bowers. I got a feeling about him.
He looks special, man. I like the left-handed bat looks special. I want to welcome Tom Mel. Is it Mel or Melly?
Melly.
What's up, Melly?
Melly.
Brother, welcome to the chat. You have anything you want to chime in, man? Speak your mind, dude. We're round robin in it, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to let other people talk a little bit so I can jump in.
Sure.
Yeah, man. Speak your
Good,
mind.
man. Yeah, we've had an opportunity to all of us speak already, so I want to give you a chance.
I want to give you a chance.
Okay, well, I guess my thing is it's early in the season. I mean, people are throwing in the towel, and it's like 1/6 of the season is over. We got 5/6 of the season to go, and we're going to get players back. A couple of guys are out for the season, but we're going to have a bunch of guys coming back. This is not like the Mets 10 years ago where they just couldn't keep players healthy. We'll get them healthy.
And it's going to take time. It's going to take time.
I mean,
here's the thing, though. You do got guys coming back, but can you really count on them? I mean, number one, Donaldson. Can you really count on Donaldson?
before Donaldson got hurt, he was actually starting to hit good. He's better than he was last year.
When Donaldson's healthy, can you count on him? Let alone
I
get
wouldn't
injured,
mind if
you
he
know?
leaves. Mind
I
you.
mean,
like
listen, we're paying
Peraza
him
at
$25 million.
third base.
Might as well get something out of him.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, there was so much excitement about bringing the kids up. Like so many people I think last year people overestimate. Oh, just bring up this rookie. Well, you know what? Peraza and Cabrera, to me, haven't proven himself to be MLB hitters yet.
Here's the thing. I think they really messed up Peraza. I really do.
I think they need to
Well, it's still too early. It's not, it's early enough that, it's not a job of position player thing,
Right.
we still have time, but right now, Volpe's shortstop, and then you have third base and second base, you have DJ, it's a good problem to have where you have all these good players playing, I mean, Cabrera, and look, this is the thing about prospects. Like, look, we got 3 good ones, or we think we do. 2 of them seem like they're going to do fine, but Cabrera is having a little, he's having that learning curve pains thing, so let's give him a chance. Like, should he go down? But then who plays left field because everyone's hurt, so he's got to play, and we have to watch him strike out all the time.
I think he's a good fielder. It's just his bat hasn't come,
Yeah.
I don't think you let him go. I think
No.
Well, not let him go, but send him down to AAA.
Yeah, but I don't think they will.
I don't think he belongs in the starting lineup right now, though.
Right.
If you think about where we're going to be Monday's outfield probably will be Judge, Bader, and Bowers.
That's if Judge is healthy. Do we know for sure Judge is going to be ready by Monday?
We'll see.
That's the thing.
Who's that? Bader you're talking about?
Judge.
Oh, well, they're saying, yeah.
And
I guess
do we know for
Bowers
sure?
is fine, right?
Say that again?
Is that the word that? Excuse me. Bader's fine. Is that the word?
Well, he's day to day.
He's day to day.
He wasn't serious. Judge is eligible to come off the IL on Monday, but there's no guarantee he's going to be. They said his hip is still bothering him when he's throwing.
That's a problem when you're in the outfield.
Well, and that's the thing too. Look, IKF. This is what happened with injuries. IKF's playing left field. He's an infielder playing the outfield. He should have backed off the center fielder, but he doesn't have the experience to figure that out. So what does he do? He knees Bader in the head, and now he's day to day.
Look, exactly. That's what happens.
You got to give the guy credit. He's played a great center field,
and that
he
goes back to
did.
the analytics department also.
Yeah. So I guess maybe going forward, do you switch up Hicks? IKF. If he's actually been decent in center field, you keep him in center. Do you possibly switch? Yeah.
Plays.
Right.
Welcome.
But what I'm saying is,
Bader plays a better center field than IKF all day, every day.
Of course, that's undisputable. But what I'm saying is, do you chance it with Bader and left? If IKF is better,
but the best player that can play center field should play center field, and that's Bader.
Agree.
Because you go on both sides of the outfield. So then, I mean, I think I think keep it. Don't fix something that's not broken.
So would you have the outfield when everybody's healthy? Do you put
Let me just walk through quickly. Sorry, guys. That's Sunil. He's wearing a special ointment called Preparation Hicks.
Sunil.
Preparation Hicks.
All right.
No. That's see, a little history behind that screen name is it symbolizes everybody's frustration with the guy who shall not be named throughout the discourse of this situation.
Oh, Voldemort.
Voldemort. We call him Voldemort.
No,
That's what we call him.
I called him the fake Tiger Woods.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
No,
that
because
works
what he
too.
married
That
her,
works
his
too,
the
Sunil.
niece or something like that.
Yeah.
What's good,
Well-
Hector? What's going on, man?
What's up, man? Sunil,
Yo,
how you doing?
Hector.
Jason,
Well-
how you doing? Shout
What's
out to
up?
the panel as well. You
See-
amazing gentlemen are killing it right now.
Thank you,
See-
sir.
Nice.
See, I come back from a dental procedure, and I'm already on the panel here already. The
Wow.
Yankee
Couldn't even
players
tell.
themselves, they have a battle with strep throat. I gotta miss a start.
The best is the hangnail. Now I know a hangnail can be painful, but come on, you tell me you can't
Nah,
pitch around a hangnail?
Honestly, that's why I respect hockey players, because they can get a finger cut off in the middle of the game and they're back
You
out
still
there
want to
after
play?
five.
Put my finger
after
in a
five
freaking
stitches.
thing of ice and go back out there.
Yeah.
Keep me up. Let me give a shout out to Buckeye too. Like the hard work.
Here's the one thing that really hisses me off.
Yes.
All right, bleacher creatures roll call. Hicks is in the outfield. They're calling his name. What does he do?
Did he? Well, they were saying Aaron Hicks sucks, though. I heard. Were they?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what they were saying.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Who
I don't know how true it
flips
is,
the
but that's what I
bird?
heard.
Who flips the bird during bleacher creature roll call though?
Hey, listen, what's his name did it when he was with the Mets?
I was just about to say that. Him and Baez.
Him and
Baez is a
Franklin-
freaking cancer
but
to any
you
freaking
know,
team ever.
The birds.
You know, but
and,
our bleaching creatures mean more to our franchise than the Met
That's
fans
true.
do to their
That
franchise.
is
You know what I mean?
true. But
The bleaching creatures are sacred.
He's our
it's
new-
true. It's
He's our new
true.
Jack McDowell, man. He's our new McDowell.
Bleacher creatures.
Yeah.
I mean, then the Mets. Like, isn't Bernie Madoff still a bleacher creature?
Sorry, we can't make that joke anymore. The Wilpons aren't there anymore. So
Yeah.
Right. Hey, listen, here's a quick stat. The Yankees, since I think the All-Star break or the last 140 games, are 500.
They're 68
Wow.
and 66. Since
There
the
you
All-Star
go. Look
break.
at you, you
68
smarty
and
pants.
66.
look at you bringing the numbers, bro.
and
I try. I'm good for some things, guys. I'm good for some.
You're better
things.
than me, kid.
Up
Mm-hmm.
and down.
And-
Let me give a
and
shout out
come-
to Buckeye. Likes the hard work they're seeing.
Right.
There's no quit even though we are hurt. When players are diving in the outfield and trying to make plays, they have no rant.
is that Hector down below beneath the entire screenshot
Yeah, 'cause I
being?
can't-
There he
I
is.
couldn't even
We
see
can't
it.
see his
All
beautiful.
right.
There's that beautiful face. Look at that. My goodness.
Yeah, I was like, all
Look at that
your
thing. You got a
comments
better
are
beard than I
basically
do.
blocking this guy's face out.
I'm trying to get
Yeah, I'm just on my walk. I live by Enwood Park, so I'm just on a walk right now. But I had to check in with
How
you
was it
guys.
out?
But shout out, it's nice. It's nice.
Nice.
It's not cold, not that hot or whatever. But David, shout out to you. Tom, shout out to you. D-Rod, I've always seen you in the chat. Shout out to you. And the Music
Thanks, brother.
City Mike, how you doing, brother?
Doing great down here in Nashville.
My
Nice.
man.
Yes.
Nice.
So Jason, I've been picking on Morning Brew a lot lately, basically and getting under Jigger's skin, basically saying, hey, you know what? I'm all for trading Hicks to the Knicks. And that's when you
I don't
see
want him.
Jigger's face
No.
become all
Keep him
green
away
and
from
like
the Knicks. Keep him away from the Knicks.
Yes,
No.
back.
Keep him
No,
away
no,
from.
no.
Send him to
We're
Brooklyn.
good.
You can send him to Brooklyn. We good over here at Madison
Exactly.
Square Garden.
Send him to the Nets.
We good, baby.
How about those Knicks guys, huh?
Yeah, man.
Let's go. It's a
Go
special
Knicks.
time in New York City. And that's the saving grace that Brian Cashman has, that the Knicks are in the playoffs, even
And
though
the
the
Giants
Rangers
are looking good
just got
too for
eliminated.
the
Yeah.
football
The
fans.
Giants is looking good. The Jets got all these Aaron Rodgers talk. So the only saving grace Brian Cashman has is that the newspapers aren't focused on him till next month.
I put it in one of the chats. On one of the
Cashman's
chats.
not getting those players injured. That's why we're not doing well. You
Guys,
get
if-
half the starting team out.
It's
if
always
the
the same
news-
What do you
problem.
guys think about what Cashman said here yesterday? Was it yesterday?
Yeah,
Him and his,
yesterday.
little, that's damage control. That's him. At the very least, he took a little bit of
Accountability.
credit or not blame or whatever you want to call it.
Accountability.
But what do you think of that?
2 words
D-Rod,
come to
if
my mind.
stop. Steve, whenever I heard all of that stuff, the thoughts going through my mind are like, stop me if you've heard this before, because it's the same plate, the same tape
Process.
played over and over, year over year. It's like, dude,
Honestly.
yeah.
I was about to say, I'm still trying to figure out what he said. I had to use my Christmas story Ovaltine detector to figure out what he was saying. If you guys remember
Hector?
that Christmas story,
Yes,
still
I
trying to
remember
figure it
that.
out.
I remember that.
Hector, I promise you, yesterday's version of Brian Cashman was none other than his lookalike from on TV, Al Bundy from Married with Children.
I'd rather have El Bundy as the GM.
Jason, what was your thoughts from Cashman talking to the media? Lead the combo, Jason. What do you think after that?
Go ahead, boss.
By the way, Steels and Fortran, I put the link in if you want to hop on.
Fortran, come on, brother.
Hop on, guys. My thoughts. I mean, a lot of stuff he's not telling us that we don't already know. So I wouldn't expect.
And he's not going to tell us.
Yeah,
I think he's going to be stealth about any possible moves that are coming in. Because if you remember in the 2019 season, was it not in the early part of May he brought in Edwin Encarnacion?
Yes.
Back in 2019.
Yes.
Encarnacion.
It was early.
Yeah.
Parrot.
It was early. It came out of nowhere. Nobody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere.
Well, can I ask you guys
season,
if everything was open and
Go ahead, bro.
Go ahead, sorry, D-Rod. My fault. Go ahead, D-Rod.
no, it's okay. No, if blank anybody that was on the table, if you can get a new manager and a new GM, whether they're hired, fired, whatever they are, who would you take?
Go ahead, Jay. Since you're leading this thing, you go first.
Because Jason and I have had a discussion about this. Because I say AJ Preller, and we go back and forth a little bit about it. Because I think he'd be perfect for New York, in my opinion. Sorry, Jason, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but because he's from New York, he's got balls. He'll spend money. He'll freaking he'll give up the prospects. He got Juan Soto. He got this guy. So
George Steinbrenner will love him.
He'll jump in.
George would love him.
That's my opinion. What do you think? Sorry, Jason.
No, I mean I think George would love him, and Billy Branch is in the house.
Billy,
what it do, Billy?
Good evening, y'all. How y'all doing?
Yeah, what's up, bro?
But for those who don't know, Billy Branch and I are actually not too far neighbors of one another. He's up in Corinth, and I'm in Lantana, so we're in the same county.
Nice.
The same county that's prosecuting. What's long day today, guys? The Yankee pitcher who
John Wetland.
Yeah.
John Wetland,
that county is prosecuting John Wetland.
is he from the wetlands?
So we have that going.
He got that going.
What happened? He loaded the bases again in the bottom of the ninth. That's how they
That was Chapman. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you believe that stuff? How he's pitching well in freaking Kansas City. He's pitching well in Kansas City. You got Gallo hitting well in Minnesota.
Let's not talk about that knucklehead.
Yeah,
He's still. Do you see him in the on deck circle? He's doing aerobics. He's always stretching all day long. He's right behind the thing. He's always in the middle of the camera, in the center field camera, and he's doing aerobics. What's wrong with that guy?
Steals.
What's up, guys?
Hey, that's my guy. Hey, just so you guys know, May 16th, mark it in your calendar, Tuesday morning. Scott Braun is going to be on my show with me and TC Still. So if you guys want to tune in, Scott Braun from the MLB Network from Foul Territory will be on Tuesday the 16th. Hello, what's good, baby?
What's up, bro?
Hello.
In the house, backstage baseball, Steals in the
Backstage
house.
baseball.
But to answer your question, D-Rod,
Gang is all here.
Who do you like?
Preller would be a nice option. And you're right. He's been familiar with. I mean, he's dealing with finances over in San Diego too. So he's got money. I don't know if Steinbrenner would be willing to fork up as many prospects. To get a guy like Soto, you would have said bye to Volpe, Dominguez, Peraza, and more minimum. So I don't know if he'd be willing to do that. Now Soto's 23. It's not like Trey Soto's 28. So
not like Judge.
Yeah, he does have a huge advantage. But I remember this last year. I said, if you want any chance of getting Soto, you're going to have to trade Judge to get as much capital to add to whatever you're going to have to add to get
And then
Soto.
you can turn around and flip that for Soto. Yeah.
Maybe you can flip some of that and not have to give up Volpe or something like that. You can change the package. But
I don't even know if we had interest, but Washington didn't even want to talk to us.
They didn't like Volpe and Dominguez.
Regarding?
They didn't even like,
On Soto, they said they didn't like Volpe and Dominguez, Washington Nationals.
Yeah,
but who would we try to get back from Washington?
They offered all three of them.
That was when we were trying to get Soto. Supposedly, we were trying to get Soto.
Oh, you're talking about back before Soto was traded. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
Exactly.
Now, let me give these guys a chance to chime in too. Steels, what's your take? What's going on in your mind? How do you feel?
On the mess, that's Cashman. It's just we need to stop moving these players around. I think I'm done with the IKF experiment in the outfield. We got to bring up somebody that can play the outfield. I know we got Jake Bowers. I think when Judge gets back, he's going to take over left. with Judge and right, Bader in center.
Probably.
IKF move him to the bench or put, or bring up maybe, I know this is the name of Florial is like everyone's a little worried about him.
Is he still in the organization?
No.
Yeah, no, he's still in the organization.
Dunham can come up.
He's batting 300 and has a 450 on base percentage.
At this point, leave him there.
Yeah,
leave him there.
Can I
agree with you.
Can I interject with one thing though? Sure. So Peraza had that mishap running the bases yesterday, and with the luck we've had on the IL, I'm so counting on him going on the IL. Even I don't want it to, because he's the future of this organization. One of the few kids. Should he go down, there's opportunity right there for Chaparro.
Chaparro, I was just going to say that.
My friend,
Andre been calling for him for a while.
Why doesn't Hicks ever get hurt? That's a question I asked Hector.
I mean, listen, I don't wish harm on anybody, but I agree.
Hicks is like
every morning.
Let me answer that question for you guys.
Let me just say,
he doesn't play.
Say this real quick. So now, every morning I wake up, I turn my phone on, and I want the story to come out that Aaron Hicks stubbed his toe going to the bathroom, and he's on the IL for 2 weeks. Every morning, that's what I pray for.
He stubbed his toe on the back.
Hector, guess what though? He's basically like, how you had the honeymooners played by a stream of black actors from like Bernie Mac, Cedric the Entertainer. You had that version.
Yeah.
So you've got that version going with Thanos, where Hicks is Thanos, and he's got everybody's Infinity Stones, and he's snapping his fingers one by one, and everybody's just disappearing. Between him and Cashman, somebody there is Thanos.
Exactly. Somebody has the glove.
Joel's in the house. Look at Joel.
My guy,
Dan Corleone.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, my man. I want to give Joel a chance to speak, and I want to give Billy Branch a chance to speak because they haven't spoken.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go ahead,
Well, I'll try to make this brief because I have a lot of thoughts on this. I think
we all do.
I think it comes down to what is Hal Steinbrenner comfortable with.
That's a loaded question.
And he doesn't. Yeah, because we don't know. And that was
true.
I mean, there were a lot of legitimate criticisms of George Steinbrenner. He was pretty chaotic and he was erratic, but you always knew how he felt. You knew that above all else, he wanted the Yankees to win the World Series every year. We don't hear that from Hal. I don't think Hal needs to be like his father, but no. I mean, I just have this feeling that, whenever the Yankees are playing baseball, I don't know if he's watching or not. For all we know, he could be flying around Tampa in the Cessna.
Probably counted his money somewhere. If I had to guess.
I mean, and that's another thing. I mean, he seems really enthusiastic about deals with Amazon and deals with English football clubs and
$1 million and everybody's price.
So if he's going to run this like an investment, if he's looking at as more of a cash cow, more or less what Jerry Jones has been doing for the Cowboys for the last 30 years. I don't know. I've been a Yankee fan since 1978. I'll be a Yankee fan till the day I die. So nothing's going to change that. But do I think we're going to see the kind of things we saw in like the 90s and with the 98 team and the guts that they showed in 2009 to win? I don't think
Billy,
that 98 team was built perfectly to me. That's the whole franchise.
Great point, Billy.
Yeah. Billy, we also
I was a fan since 1978 too. Yeah, you and me. And I'm just going to turn 50, and I look fantastic for 50. By the way, I don't know about
looking good, D-Rod.
D-Rod, I just turned 50 too, so don't worry.
Didn't we talk about that? It was me and you and like Hirsch and Anthony Medina and a few other people. Everyone's turning 50 at the same time. What's going on? TV's got to be 50.
The golden age right there.
That's not my first.
It's need to put these youngsters to sleep.
I might be the youngest one here. I don't know. I'm 32, so.
Good for you. God bless you.
So I was going to say, Billy, we have an honorary Mavs fan sitting right above you in the sequence of photos here. The guy by the name of Yankee Morning Brew, aka Hector. He's an honorary Mavs fan. He thanks Mark Cuban every opportunity he gets.
Oh yeah, Mark Cuban's not a shark anymore. He's a guppy, fellas. He's a guppy now. He's not a shark anymore. And David, I was saying that you got me beat by 1 year, David. I'm 33, but I want to hear what Joe has to say. Joe, what's your thought?
Let's give Joe a chance.
Let's give Joe a chance. He's been sitting there. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, well, first of all, I got you all beat because I've been following them since 1956.
Nice.
So y'all have a ways to catch up. Truthfully, at this point, it's fuck hell and fuck Cashman.
Wow.
And get Boone to make some fucking decisions with the lineup and put the right players in the right. You know, we're not going to get anybody tomorrow. As everybody's been saying, you don't get anybody the first or second month of the season. Let's get Bowers in left. Let's get Bader in center. Let's get Judge in right. DJ plays a great third base. We got Rizzo at first. You got. I would rather see Peraza at short and Volpe at second.
I would too.
You can DH Torres until Stanton comes back, and then. We can flip a coin. We can flip a coin between Trevino.
Thing was high, but
flip a coin between Trevino and Higashioka. But right now, Trevino comes.
Trevino's much better than Higgy.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
So I mean,
and listen, can I say real quick? IKF is a perfect role. It reminds me of he would be perfect for the Torres, whatever his name was a couple of years ago. He's perfect for that.
Yeah. IKF should be what DJ was signed to be originally. Remember when they signed DJ? They said he was going to be all around. That's what he should be the Ben Zobrist of the Yankees.
Exactly. But you guys forgot Pablo Cabrera.
I'd say the same.
Cabrera is basically the Ben Zobrist.
So you go to Cabrera first, and then IKF is second if you need him.
Yeah, the versatility.
Yeah, great point.
The infield and outfield, both of them. So if you need to rest Judge and Rizzo because they're getting older, or whatever, you have both these guys who can play the positions.
Now I don't know if this is true.
Do you think the chances are good though that when Donaldson comes back, that Peraza will go down?
I hope
not. But you know they're going to keep Donaldson.
They have to justify the $25 million. They have to justify that $25 million. So
yeah, I was just about to say. I was about to agree with David. They're going to have to justify that $25 million that Donaldson is getting. But hopefully something switches. I'm going on Twitter tonight and I'm starting the hashtag Joe for Yankees GM. Joe, I like that thing that you talked about with Cashman and Boone. I like that, Joe.
I don't know if you guys heard this. Did you hear that? I read it somewhere that the night when Domingo Germán was throwing well, that it was the analytics / Cashman told him to take him out.
Yeah. According to Brandon Tierney, and shout out to Brandon
Tierney. Now, I don't know if it's true. I wouldn't think it's a lie.
Nah, I believe Brandon Tierney would lie.
Makes no decision.
He's a good friend.
My understanding was that the analytics. What I heard Michael Kay say today was that the analytics said you would have taken.
Oh, fucking Michael Kay.
Sorry,
fuck Michael Kay.
But I think what he said made sense. I think the analytics said you would have taken Germán out in the 8th. And
Music City Mike, have you listened to?
It wasn't just that one time. It's the entire season. The last 5 years have been that inning.
No, hey,
last year when they took Cole out to put in Trevino in the playoffs. Why do you say you take the guy out?
No,
I'm sorry.
What the point is letting a relief guy start the inning.
You only put 100 innings, 5 innings for the entire season, so that they can be ready for October. And then Cole's in the 6th inning in a perfect moment, and then you take him out to put Trevino.
Right.
Then why are you doing this for the entire season then?
That's why your bullpen's
Marinaccio last night.
Jason, if I could just ask you, Jason, and let me know if I'm off base with this. When it comes to Michael Kay, I got a lot of respect for Michael Kay because I grew up with him being the voice of the Yankees for me when I was in high school, right? So I got somewhat of respect for Michael Kay. But over the past few years, when talking about Brian Cashman, he's been one of the guys that have been saying, oh, if Cashman is let go by the Yankees, he'll be picked up by somebody ASAP, right? So today on his show, I'm not sure if you listened to it yesterday, but he's saying that why are people saying that he's defending Brian Cashman? To me, I think that you're really smacking us fans in the face and trying to call us stupid with that take. Am I a little bit off base for that, Jason, with my frustration?
I don't think you're off. I think it does sound like he's defending him, but I also agree. If he gets fired tomorrow, he'll get picked up the next day.
But it's not like you don't have any replacements.
Who cares?
Well, it's true. I mean, you'd have replacements.
It's not.
So who's going to pick him up then?
Another name I forgot about. You have Sabian. You have Naya. You don't forget Jim Hendry's in that front office too. He has GM experience. So you actually have 3 replacements in that front office who could take over.
And you're right. I think Cashman's probably, at this point, he's probably best transitioning to a new franchise.
Yes. Yes.
An expansion franchise.
He'd be perfect for an expansion franchise.
I think he'd do perfect with an environment with resources, with support. Because like here, and just talking about this, we're like, his job is to not only keep the team competitive because they get more money when they're competitive in the playoffs, but he makes these people a boatload of money.
Yes.
The chances
If they're bringing a expansion franchise to Utah, send Cashman right over. He's the perfect candidate to smoke. He's the perfect candidate to smoke all the peyote you got out there.
Hey, first of all, don't be disrespectful.
Hey, listen, put him in Oakland. In Oakland, he can go to Las Vegas and make all that gambling money. How many casinos are going to freaking give away tickets to the Las Vegas Athletics?
Las Vegas Athletics, yeah.
If I'm the city of Oakland, I'm doing everything I can in my power to make sure that franchise cannot take that team name. The same way the Supersonics in Seattle was able to keep that team's name and made them change it to the OKC Thunder. I'm doing everything I can to make sure if you're going to leave to Vegas, you're not taking the franchise name or the history of the franchise.
I changed the name. I changed the name anyway.
I call them the Blackjacks, the Las Vegas Blackjacks.
No, they call it the Las Vegas. They'll be called the Las Vegas Wages.
Las Vegas what?
The Las Vegas Mierdas.
Yeah. I like that one more.
No. You know how everybody's got the one-liner for Las Vegas. Every time you go and bet, it's lost wages.
Hey, don't forget though, that's the 4th city.
If you're betting on that team, it's lost wages.
Remember, they started out in Philadelphia, Kansas City, Oakland, and now Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. Yeah, I mean, listen, the Golden Knights are doing good in the NHL. So,
hey, let me ask you, what do you guys think about the new rules coming up here, like the bases and the clock and all that kind of stuff? What do you guys think?
I love it. I love it.
I like
it.
The bases to me is the stupidest thing. Like that's not changing anything to me. Everything else is good, but the bases really like a pizza box. What's up with that?
It's probably just
the bases are. See, D-Rod, the bases are sponsored by Domino's. All right, you got to understand.
Third base is Little Caesars, second base is Domino's, first base is Pizza Hut.
Sorry, Chanel. What were you saying, Jason? Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
It's going to benefit guys like Anthony Volpe who are aggressive base runners.
See, that's what it is. They want more stolen bases.
They try to promote more guys on first scoring at home from a double. Or they trying to promote more aggressive base running. That's pretty obvious, I think. So, I think that's where like the pitch clock is going to benefit workhorses like Garrett Cole.
Garrett Cole, he loves it. He freaking loves it.
Base runners. So,
but here's the irony around the pitch clock, though. Max Scherzer was seen as basically flaunting with the pitch clock and doing all sorts of like hoopla during spring training. Yet, he's the one who basically is getting screwed over by the most.
Yeah. Well, listen, the pitchers. Let's think about it. The pitchers are getting hurt more. The pitchers are getting hurt more by the new rules. But who was causing the length of the games to be as long as they are? Well, the hitters. The hitters were causing more of that. But the pitchers now with the new rules are getting hurt more. But the hitters caused more of the delay.
Yeah.
Nah, I would say I see what your point is, D-Rod, with that one. Right. But I think it's 50-50 because if you remember, there was this pitcher, Castillo or whatever his name was, that he literally took a minute and a half in between every pitch, and it was just horrible to watch. Like, it was a playoff game, and they showed somebody running around the bases for an inside the park home run right next to it, and that was the time he went through one pitch to the next pitch. The person ran around the field 5 times because that's how long he was taking in between.
Well, that's the exception, but the rule was that the hitters they had the worst Velcro on their batting gloves ever. Because every 5 seconds they got to fix it, right? But you have Steve Traxel and guys like you're saying Castillo, and that's the exception. But
I forgot about
that. He did that a lot.
Yeah,
he threw the ball away a lot too. So
go ahead, Jason.
Yankees. Sorry, bro. Wants to know who thinks here that they're going to call it the Martian at some point.
No, it's too soon.
Start from the bottom. Start with Joel. Go ahead,
Joel.
Well,
September.
I think September at best because we don't need them right now. We got other players we could be using. And truthfully, the players will come around. We need to work on the pitching.
Mm-hmm.
Our bullpen is all fucked up. The guy
Not really.
on time. They need to pull Holmes from the back innings and put him in towards the middle innings till he finds his stuff, and then move guys like Hamilton and King and Cordero towards the back of the game because those guys are getting the outs.
Cordero.
Yeah,
and, that's where we need to start focusing. And also the thing to consider is who they're gonna cut once Donaldson and stuff like those folks come back. My vote is to DFA Hicks at that point.
I was just gonna say I could think of somebody right away.
I volunteer someone.
Me too.
I stand for a tribute.
I got 2 DFAs ready for you, but I'll let you finish. I got 2 of them waiting.
Yeah, because again, if we look at if they're going to keep him because they don't want to eat the 25 mil, and then you're going to keep Cabrera and you're going to keep IKF as utility players, then someone's got to go. And Calhoun's been hitting, so I'm not sure I would necessarily push him down. That means Hicks has got to go.
Yeah, and if you go ahead, Steve, I want to give you guys a chance.
Yeah. So basically, when Donaldson comes back,
let Stills go. Sunil. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I heard my name. I apologize. My bad. Sorry.
No, that's all right. No, I think when these guys come back, I think I would put Cabrera in AAA. I would move him down. He's struggling right now. He needs to get back on track. And then I would definitely DFA Hicks. So that's 2 spots.
For sure.
Yeah, 2 spots for Donaldson and when Judge comes back. Everybody else is going to have to be, Calhoun might be on the fence once Stanton comes back. But as you were saying, Joel, the pitching, the bullpen, I'm not too worried about the bullpen. I think they need to move some pieces around, move Holmes, earlier in the game, maybe the fifth or sixth inning.
Right.
You got Wandy, you got Marinaccio, and you got King to close it out. I think that's fine. And Cordero and Hamilton mixed in between. I think the bullpen's fine. It's just this offense needs a wake up call. That's
Loizaga was a big piece in that thing, and he's out till September.
Yeah.
That's really hurting.
And Canley, don't forget Canley's coming back too at some point.
Yeah,
Canley, I forgot about him.
Hopefully.
Loizaga gave you innings.
Cross our fingers.
Yeah.
Canley
Loiza's versatile. He can pitch the 7th. He can close a little bit, 7th, 8th. He was all over the place. Canley can sort of do that same thing too a little bit, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, not more than 2 innings. Whereas Loizaga could give you 3 if you needed it.
At most. Yeah.
What's your thoughts, Billy? I want to hear
Billy.
Billy.
First and foremost, I don't think we see if we see Jason Dominguez at all, it's going to be after the All-Star break. Maybe during September call-ups. But I really want to see him maybe go up to AAA and see how he can handle pitching there. He's doing okay in AA. He's coming around. You don't want to pull him right up to the major leagues. Clay Holmes, I would consider putting him in AAA.
Yeah,
to be honest, especially if you're getting Canley back. You can use him a lot. And I'm in agreement with everybody. Once you've got you get Donaldson, you get Judge, you get
I think even other teams' fans will agree with that.
Yeah.
Hey, Billy, that's a good point. Remember a few years ago when they sent Chad Green down?
Yep.
I forgot about that. Yeah,
to get his confidence back up. You
right?
That's what's needed.
So wait a second.
Toronto?
Yeah, he's in Toronto.
Yeah.
I think he's still recovering from surgery though.
Yeah, he's still recovering from Tommy John. They signed him to a 2-year deal.
Didn't we do
so
that?
Wait a second. You guys are getting ready to DFA my screen name, man? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah,
not so much the screen name can stay, but Hicks needs to go.
Sorry,
I know.
But I'm going to go back to the Twins and bet 300.
Go ahead, D-Rod.
All right, so I got 2 DFAs and I got a bonus to give out here. 2 DFAs would be Hicks and Donaldson. No questions about it. No brainer about either. Now, for the major contract, you're talking about eating the $25 million and all that. Okay, I get the point. I got to leverage with what the Mets did back with Bobby Bonilla's contract and do the $1 million a year for the next 25 to kind of ease up the blow on that one.
Did they do that, or did Bonilla do that when he negotiated his contract?
Don't remember, but Either way, you got to come to some sort of an agreement to basically eat the money there, and then do the same thing with Hicks. He's got 30 million. He's got 3 at 10 million a year left. 30 million after this year.
But if you DFA
So
them
you got to
too,
pick one of the two to do that with.
But that's 55 million that you're eating for DFAing both of them, right? And the question is, if you do that Bobby Bonilla thing, does that 55 or does that count all for in the payroll right away, or can you chunk it out like the Bobby Bonilla thing? How does that work out for the payroll?
That's what I'm saying. You got to try to chunk it out like the Bobby Bonilla thing.
Jason seems like he knows the answer to that.
If you're Hicks or Donaldson, why would you take it? I would just say no. Just honor my contract. I don't want that.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
That's a middle finger to the Yankees right there.
Donaldson is that kind of prick. I could see him doing that.
Go ahead, Jason.
Go ahead, Jay.
Put yourself in his shoes. What would you do, right?
Yeah, they basically gave Bonilla a 25-year extension. That's how
right.
Basically.
Yeah. How they do
basically.
basketball. Stretch
But,
out.
hey, listen.
Hey, Hector, what was that screen name I came out with you guys once before on the Yankee podcast? Wash Donaldson?
First of all, my ADHD, I cannot keep up with the amount of different screen names that you have, my guy. My ADHD is through the roof right now, all right? But what I'm saying real quick, I want to say this real quick before I got to dip off. But when it comes to Josh Donaldson, we haven't gotten any updates on his injuries, right? And I think that's for a reason. So when it comes to Josh Donaldson's injuries, if he's injured for the rest of this month, their insurance is going to pick up that money, not the Yankees. The Yankees' insurance would pay that money, not the Yankees. So they'll wait. The Yankees, I can see them waiting until about after the trade deadline or right before the trade deadline before they DFA him, because he will be injured more than he actually played during the season, and the insurance money will be picked up. Basically, it's all about money. It's all about numbers when it comes to cash.
And to Hector's point too, the last 3 years of Ellsbury's contract, all picked up by insurance.
Yeah, that wasn't all. That wasn't towards the luxury tax or nothing.
It's still.
That was my question before. Like, does that all that when you cut him off, does that affect the luxury tax?
If it's injury,
it counts towards the payroll.
Okay.
But they don't have.
It counts towards their payroll. It counts towards the payroll, but it doesn't count towards the luxury tax. Sorry, Jason, stepping on your toes.
Yeah, I got you.
You don't have to come out of pocket.
But I just wanted to add one more thing before I dip out. You guys remember Ezekiel Duran? Right, the kid that killed us in Texas. That's who we traded for Joey Gallo. That's who we traded for Joey Gallo. Do you guys see Jorge Mateo killing it in Baltimore right now?
Baltimore. Yeah.
That's who we traded for Sonny Gray. When it comes to Brian Cashman, we may have had the 98, 99, and 2000 championship, the 2009 championships, but there's been so many missteps on the way to those championships. I've talked about it a bunch of times. We had a chance to trade for Miguel Cabrera, but he decided he wanted to keep Phil Hughes and Jamba Chamberlain instead of trading for Miguel Cabrera.
Wait, I didn't know that.
In 2007, the article is out there. He didn't want to trade for Miguel Cabrera because he wanted to keep hold Phil Hughes and Jamba Chamberlain. When we traded for Curtis Granderson, Detroit wanted Phil Hughes back in return and was going to give us Max Scherzer, but he said no.
Yeah, we could have had Arenado too.
No.
Look at Miguel Andujar. We could have had Miguel Andujar, and he's playing for the same team that we would have traded him for right now.
I got the icing on the cake. After the 1998 World Championship team, right? After we won in 1998, Randy Johnson's agent called up the Yankees and said, Randy Johnson wants to play with you. He said no. 2 years later, he gave that money to Mike Mussina. And then 3 years later, he traded for Randy Johnson's contract anyway from the Diamondbacks. Imagine a starting rotation of Roger Clemens, Andy Pettit, and Randy Johnson. And then hold on, one more. And then after 2003, he decided that he wanted to get younger. So he let Roger Clemens and Andy Pettit go to Houston. He traded for Javi Vasquez and Kevin Brown, who was 40 years old.
What is his infatuation with Javi Vasquez?
That's it.
What do you do, brother?
He gave a grand slam to freaking Damon in that game
Shout
7.
out to everybody on the panel. I love the conversation. David, Mike, Sunil, D-Rod,
my man, Morning
Stills,
Brew.
you know you're my man. Joel, Billy, I appreciate all of you. And of course, my guy, Jason161. I love you, brother.
Love you too, man.
Be safe, man.
Be safe.
Peace out.
Let's toss it up to Music City Mike and then David Cohen. You guys haven't got a chance to speak for a little bit, so.
Yeah, you first, Mike.
Well, I'm just trying to think what else to say, but I've heard. I'm really happy. I've heard 5 times tonight the outfield. I like the outfield. Jake Bowers, Harrison Bader, and Aaron Judge. I really like that. I agree. Get rid of get rid of Donaldson and Hicks. Can't do it fast enough. I think the Donaldson thing, that's a good point somebody brought up. That it's creepy.
Yeah, I
how
never thought of that about the insurance. I forgot about that.
Yeah, insurance.
Hey, by the way, I'm in the insurance business, and don't realize you can't collect insurance all the time. You wind up eventually paying for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't count on that. You pay out. They pay out $20 million. Like your premium the next year is probably going to be $20 million.
Premium. Straight up.
But there's something creepy about that. I think that was a really good point.
There's something creepy about that.
Yeah, but sometimes you got to eat the money to basically get a better performer at that position. I mean, if it becomes a situation of, getting Donaldson out to give Chaparro time at third, I think for the sake of the performance of the team, you do that.
Well, hey,
you're paying the money already.
I'd rather win ball games. I'd rather win ball games and save money, right?
That's the point. Unless you trade him, you're paying the entire contract anyway.
Yeah.
If you get a investor who plays better, you're getting more money out of your investment. Period.
Exactly.
It's true.
With a more productive player. Go ahead, David.
Yeah, just to rewind it back a little bit, guys. So when about the Cashman conference yesterday, there's two words that came to my mind that whole time. Bullshit. Two words that came to my mind right away. I've heard this.
And a bullshit and a fly. No kidding.
Exactly. And listen,
hey, can I say something real quick? Just pause. Just by baseball. I have watched Jason for 3 freaking years. COVID. If it weren't for COVID, we wouldn't be here right now, probably, right? So, I just want to say Jason kicked ass. I've been watching him for 3 years. I'm one of the OGs. Him and Mazza, a few other people there, Fortrain. We were their first one. So, and he does it from his house. He's just a regular dude talking shit with his black belt, 3rd-degree black belt. Don't forget about that. So
can't forget about that.
Yeah,
well, I agree.
But I'm excited. I'm glad. It's my first time seeing him face to face. So it's almost like a blind date.
I may have told you before, Jason.
Appreciate the kind words, man. Appreciate that.
Jason, don't change a thing. You're doing just right.
Yeah.
No need to change a thing.
It's right. It's about you guys, not me. That's why I want to keep it.
But if without you, we wouldn't be able to do this. So
yeah,
it's folks like you and anybody on the screen with Texas Buckeye.
Texas Buckeye.
You pay a doctor to keep on eye. It's genius, dude. Yeah, you do. But it's you folks, you guys and gals that motivate.
I think at this point, anytime any Yankee starting pitcher basically comes out to start a game, and Hicks is in the outfield, you got to come prepared with a Geiger counter.
Remember Cole's face when Hicks went to May?
Oh, yeah.
That's where I'm going with this. That's exactly where I'm going with this.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, basically, Garrett Cole was David Banner stopping short of green, ugly bulge.
I got something to. What do you? Severino should be coming back here. In the middle of May? Who do you think goes to the bullpen? You think Schmidt? You mean Schmidt?
Oh, easily.
Herman has pitched well.
Herman has definitely. He's earned it. Yeah,
Herman's scored more than 6 innings for 4 consecutive starts.
Yeah.
So.
He looks great.
And Schmidt hasn't even gone beyond 5. So
but he's had a lot of bad luck. Schmidt has a lot of bad luck though.
This past start he pitched well, but
you could
but he's set for the bullpen. I think he's more set.
He's more suitable.
He's
a good long relief. He could maybe be definitely good for long relief. But
that's exactly where I was going. Long relief. Yep.
Yeah, we need a long reliever.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys agree, but I think having 2 or 3 long reliever guys is the perfect bridge between the starters and the short relievers.
Absolutely.
It's the load on both sides. So.
And this is the problem we always have. We don't let our starters go long enough, and then you get to the playoffs, and your relievers are tired.
Yes.
Well, Boone wants to pull the starting pitcher all the time.
True, but what does that go back to? Analytics.
Is that Boone or analytics? Yeah.
Have you noticed that the opener thing has kind of faded? It was good for a little bit, and now it's kind of faded though. That opener.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of teams doing it right now.
Yeah.
Not even Tampa. Tampa doesn't even do it anymore.
Yeah.
They're the ones who
created
started
it. They dropped it.
Well, Tampa has one of their pitchers going on season-ending Tommy John. That guy Springs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Springs. Yeah.
So who do you guys think are going to be like? What are the top targets or the areas in the trade deadline? Who do you think? What position?
I heard Cody Bellinger is still available, right?
He is, but I don't know. It depends how Chicago's doing by that time.
Yeah.
Because remember where the wild card is, it's very easy to get in now.
Yeah, if the Padres,
the Cardinals. Look how bad everyone thought the Cardinals were going to be great.
Yeah,
and then the Pittsburgh and Cardinals pretty much traded roles here. So You know,
It's not gonna last.
yeah. If agree, David. If Bellinger, if the Cubs are in it, why trade Bellinger?
Yeah. I was just saying yesterday. I'd rather DFA Hicks. See if you can steal Nelson Cruz from them. This guy's hitting 296, 3 home runs with like 9 or 10 RBIs. You can get more out of that than you are of Hicks right now.
What kind of a contract does Cruz have?
$1 million, like $2 million at
yeah.
most. It's a 1-year
Oh
deal.
hell! Oh hell yeah!
I think Cruz would be part 2. It would be a Edwin Encarnacion part 2. I think.
I didn't even think of that. That's a good point. Yeah, and he
except
killed us all
he wouldn't be doing this around the bases. He wouldn't be doing this around the bases.
He would walking the parrot. He would not be walking the parrot.
It'd be a flamingo.
Yeah, but he always killed us when he was with Texas and pretty much everybody else.
Yeah, he's gonna be a Hall of Famer. So
well, listen, Cruz will always be remembered for not catching that fly ball in left field in St. Louis in 2011.
Oh yeah,
that was bad.
Yeah,
that was almost that was like Buckner-esque in a way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He killed us in the playoffs.
Remind him of that.
Yeah.
I got a question for all of you. At the trade deadline, if you had one target for the trade deadline, who would it be?
I'm going around. I would just say
yeah, go ahead, David. Start. We'll just round robin into the bottom.
All right. Position or just a specific player?
Any particular player at any particular position. What do you think would be the biggest need for the Yankees?
A whole new 26-man roster. No, I'm kidding.
That's a tough one.
Yeah. If everybody's healthy, probably I don't know, because I was gonna say bullpen, but we don't know what's going on with Rodon. So I was gonna say, if we have Rodon, I'd have to go a bullpen unarmed. Why don't we go back to that trade we've been talking about for a while, Jay? Torres for the guy from the White Sox. What's his name? His name is escaping me.
Oh, the reliever?
Yeah.
Not Hendricks.
But he has cancer though. That guy has cancer, didn't he?
Well, but we're not talking about Hendricks. Crochet. Garrett Crochet.
Okay.
And then
yeah. So that's where I would go.
What do you think, Music City, Mike?
Shohei Ohtani, no.
Big time. You're going right for the gusto. All right.
We'd give up the farm for that. I don't know.
We tried that already. It didn't work.
I think it really depends where you are. Like David was saying, what we're going to be short, because I mean, you could really, if people get healthy, we should have a pretty decent lineup.
Mm-hmm.
And just going to see where's there going to be a gap. But I will say something. I'm really in the keep Gleyber Torres club. I like Gleyber. I think Gleyber's a Yankee. He's got to if he keeps his head together and just try to kill the ball, hits Oppo, I think he does fine. I like Gleyber. I know that a lot of people disagree with me there.
Well, Music City Mike, my best friend, she loves Gleyber Torres just because she thinks he's hot, if nothing else. She thinks he's a great player, but I try to tell her, but she don't listen. But I want to like him so much, but
yeah,
I can't.
What about you, Billy?
Who's next? Come on, Billy. Who do you think we should get in at the deadline?
At the deadline.
I'm having a hell of a time come up with any kind of names.
It's too early. That's the thing.
Too early.
I'll say
what position? Like what position, maybe?
Yeah, that too. That plays into it.
I'm gonna. It depends. If Rodon isn't back, you're gonna want to get, you're gonna want to get a pitcher, a starter who can fill in that gap. If Rodon is back, guys, we still really don't have a left fielder. I mean, we have guys we could plug in there, but we don't have a left fielder. So I would
a legitimate left fielder. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd be looking for a legitimate left fielder, not Michael Brantley. And
isn't he retired?
I mean,
too old.
I don't know if he's retired. He should be.
He should be. He's like 40 years old, and he's always
he's still coming back from injury. He's not retired.
Yeah,
I thought
he's hurt.
Yeah.
But yeah,
same thing.
Left fielder or starting pitcher, depending on the situation.
I agree with that, Billy.
Yeah.
So before we even get to the deadline, one bonus question for y'all is the current DFA list. Mad Bum. Take a chance or don't take a chance on him to address the missing piece of Rodon. That's one. Secondly, going to the trade deadline, can you imagine if the White Sox become a cluster mess, which they typically are year after year? Can you imagine, wait for this, Tim Anderson and Josh Donaldson on the same roster?
I would just want to see that just because I want to see him trade from just to see that.
You can buy him a black and white cookie, like in Seinfeld.
We have enough shit show. We don't need any more. Thank you.
Yeah, you can buy him all the Jackie Robinson shit your money can buy, basically. All right, so I threw that out just as just to lighten up the room a little bit. But in reality, what I would go for a pitcher, do you try to? I mean, if the Cardinals are bad, do you try to make right by Jordan Montgomery and try to bring him back?
I thought about that. I was thinking about. I watched him pitch the other day. He's done well. He's not doing too bad there, considering that they're 10-21. He's actually doing okay.
We brought Chapman back, so it's not impossible.
They do well on other teams. When they come back to the Yankees, they don't.
Well, perform. I mean, Montgomery wasn't. I mean, he was sort of, 50,
it was hard to watch.
Well, part of Montgomery's problem is a lack of offensive support too. You got to realize that.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you: is Montgomery better than Herman or Schmidt?
Yes.
Easily better than both. Easily.
Then right now he's your number 3 starter without Severino.
And you'd have 2 lefties back to back if Rodon was healthy.
And Nestor. Get 3.
And then you have Nestor and 3. I forgot.
Yeah, but you can't at this point. How much can you count on Rodon with his flexor strain on one side and then the back issues coming in series one after the other?
Agreed. And listen, I wanted Rodon. I did. I'm not even gonna lie. I think we pretty much all did, but we knew this could be a possibility though with his injury history. I didn't think it was going to be this fast, but
I mean, this
Joe,
guy.
What do you think? I'm sorry, I was going to say. I thought. Did you tell me who do you want, Sunil? Who's your thing? Who's your trade deadline pickup?
So I listed off like first I went with the DFA, which is the immediate solution. Do you or do you not take a chance on Mad Bum?
Yes.
Then I went and said, how would you receive the prospects of having Tim Anderson and Josh Donaldson on the same roster? And then if you really wanted to address your pitching, assuming Mad Bum wasn't doing well, do you go back and try to make nice with Montgomery?
All right. Joe, what do you think? Who's your trade deadline pickup?
Mine is a starting pitcher. Because I think if we give Bowers a chance in left field, I think he'll nail it. And then I don't think we need to go after somebody like Bellinger because we have somebody in-house already that can cover the outfield. And so I see our weak point is our starting pitching because I've got no guarantees that Sevy's going to hang around. He might get hurt again. He doesn't seem to have any consistency. And I don't see Rodon becoming available anytime soon with his continued, one after the other.
Setbacks.
We already said we need to move Schmidt to the bullpen because he doesn't have it right now as a starting pitcher. We're not going to go with openers, so we need to get a starting pitcher.
We don't have the pitching for openers.
That's fair. Before I get to TC Steels, thank you so much, Texas Buckeye. Appreciate you. Welcome, Dave Portnoy. Who's Dave Portnoy?
Nice name.
Dave. I'm going to get to you.
How you guys doing?
Good.
Steels chance to speak his mind here. Go ahead, Steels.
TC.
Yeah. You might be right about the left field position. We might be okay there, but I would still look to see if we could get a left fielder, a starting pitcher, or a closer. That would be my 3 needs definitely on this team. We could start moving some guys around in the bullpen if we got an actual closer that was there every 9th inning, not just round robin. Who's gonna just take your pick. It's getting real, dicey there in the 9th inning. Nobody knows who's coming in, especially not home. So, a left fielder, starting pitcher, or closer. That's the definite needs on the team right now.
So, TC Steels, you remember the 1990 Cincinnati Reds? They had closer by committee with the Nasty Boys.
Oh, yeah.
So here's where I'm going with this. Basically, if you have a reliable Michael King. Tommy Kahnle comes back in great numbers, great shape, great everything. And then you also have a Marinaccio or a Peralta. Do you create that kind of a committee?
You know what? These guys need to have their roles. That's the problem with this team. They don't know. Every day they got to look at the lineup and see where they're playing, where they are batting in the lineup. They don't know if they're off, if they're playing. Same thing with the bullpen. These guys, am I a seventh inning guy?
Yeah.
Am I closing tonight? They need specific roles, and we need to get back to that. It's just chaos. This team is chaos right now.
Right. I agree with you.
They get lineup
Well,
cards.
Sunil, let me tell you something. I think because those three guys in Cincinnati, all three of them could be legit closers on any other team.
We're all closers.
Oh,
yeah.
easily, yes.
That's why that bullpen by committee was an exception because they all could have been closers.
Yeah,
exactly. I agree.
Because I think that's the
all
only
on a high
time that
level.
worked was with that Reds team is when that worked.
That was
I don't think it's ever worked anywhere else.
And the Royals, a couple years ago had the same. They built up their
Davis.
bullpen.
Yeah,
They had
Yeah,
Herrera.
Davis.
Herrera was a good pitcher for them. That guy Herrera, I think.
Did they have Brad
Yeah.
Boxberger too on that team?
Yeah, that was Kelvin Herrera, I think you're talking about. in Kansas
Yeah,
City.
he was pretty good. Yeah, it reminded me. Loizaga reminds me of him a little bit.
Yeah, but Loizaга's hurt. So basically, if you put these three pitchers in a quasi 7th, 8th, or 9th inning sequence on any given night between Peralta, King, and Canely, and if you want to give one of those guys a night off at any given point in time, Marinaccio.
Right. Can I say? I don't know if it's my turn or not, but my choice would be a closer. There's other than the 1990 guys. What team has won anything anywhere with a bullpen by committee?
No,
none of them.
Never worked.
You got to get
very rare.
and I don't know who is there.
Hang on, D-Rod, hang on a second. Hang on.
Right.
What happened with the 2019 Washington Nationals lineup? Was Hudson their official closer? Or did they have some?
Daniel Hudson the closer?
Yeah, I do remember Hudson. I guess he became that. Maybe he didn't start, but I think he ended up being that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you had a round robin there too. So there are a few exceptions that work. Few and in majority cases, you do need to have an established. So
yeah.
Let
me give Dave Portnoy the floor, man. Speak your mind, brother.
What's up, Dave?
Yeah, so here's the thing. I think Yankees have to go back to the good old 2009 Yankees, early 2000s, where the Yankees had a steady lineup every single freaking day. Posada was batting 280 in the bottom of the lineup. The Yankees don't have that anymore. It's like gone. It's freaking missing, and we don't have a closer. It's a mess. We just don't have a complete team. That's my opinion on the Yankees right now.
No, it makes
There's
sense.
no steady lineup.
So let me ask you this: for a left-handed catcher bat, and I know he's in AAA right now, Ben Rorvet. Do you see him potentially coming back up?
I'm not sure he's real.
Yeah, I was gonna say I forgot about him.
He's looking better than
figment of my imagination.
Higashioka, that's for sure.
He's tearing the cover off the ball right now, Ben Rorvet.
I saw a picture of
Great.
him.
AAA. What's he gonna do when he comes up?
What, on MLB The Show? What?
If he gets a shot, he's an expert pitch framer like Jose Trevino is.
Yeah.
He has a better bat than Trevino. So my guess is that's probably going to be why.
Well, I wouldn't mind having him and Trevino, because you would have righty lefty.
Yeah,
that would be cool.
Yeah,
you need. I was just going to say that you need a platoon like that because you need
a platoon. You need a good catcher. A guy who cares about framing. Do we really care about framing? Catch the ball. Don't let the ball go between your legs like Sanchez did every 5th pitch. Catch the ball. Be a decent bat. Know how to bunt. Did you see who was that Hickey that bunted the ball, went straight up? What did he do with that? A backup catcher should be able to bunt the damn ball.
I think they should be able to do.
I think so. You would think so, man. Pitch framing may not be a lot for the fans, but it definitely has a bigger place now with all this.
Right now until
and look at, but you're right, Jason. I agree with you on that. But it's big on analytics, but then we're complaining about analytics with the process.
Well,
so which one is it then?
I definitely can see the issue with the analytics in terms of offense, but the way that
Right.
it's structured.
But who cares about framing a pitch? Okay, so the guy catches the ball here and it's over here, and it's you steal a strike. But if the ball goes between your legs, like Gary Sanchez with a guy on third base, a run scores. So who cares? Have a guy that can catch the ball. That's why Trevino's fantastic. I think he's a fantastic catcher for this team.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he got the walk-off hit last night. Then he's like. Yeah, he basically went up the Smith. He's like, I'm walking the ball.
He had about 3 or 4 big hits last year. He did quite well.
Oh yeah,
and that's why he became a fan
clutch.
favorite for that reason.
Yeah.
He became a cult
right away.
hero.
I just listen. You talk about analytics, you set me off. So that's part of me.
I think a lot of us
Analytics process
That's
is the same thing to me.
Yeah.
To me, that's all it falls to.
I think they utilize analytics a hell of a lot more on the offensive side than on the pitching side. The Yankees do. It's just, I think it's becoming
they don't have the right analysts to interpret the data. That's the problem.
Who's it? Mike Fishman? I think the guy's name is or something like that.
It's Dude, Fishman's been playing Tetris all day long. He doesn't know shit about analytics.
It's true.
You got to have a feel for the game. Just like the game with Herman and the game last night. You have a feel for the pitcher. The pitchers are dominating. Why are you kicking him out? Don't do it.
Go with what your gut says. If your gut was telling you, leave him alone.
Exactly.
Fuck the analytics. Fuck Cashman. Forget they exist. Leave him in the game. Excuse my language.
That was the first thing you said, David. When we came on, I think an hour ago, that was the first thing you said, right?
Yeah. Because it drives me fucking crazy, the analytics. Why is it that you got a almost $300 million payroll team of the Yankees using analytics, and then you have a team like Tampa who's like a $20 million payroll, and they use that shit perfectly?
100%.
David, you ever see the movie
themselves?
You guys ever see the movie Tetris on Apple TV Plus?
I heard of it. I haven't watched it.
I fell asleep 3 times trying to watch the whole thing.
Okay, so that guy, the main guy who's trying to sell the game to the Russians and whatever, and trying to get all the deal.
Very good.
Yes. He very much looks like a Michael Fishman.
Yeah.
Oh, really? So they're trying to sell the Yankees to the Russians? Is that what you're trying to tell us?
Yeah. Yeah, Sean.
No.
Company started one of the. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we can make trades. Well, I guess mid-season for a player from Japan. I don't know what the process is for that.
You try to bring Tanaka back?
No, I think one of these like Roki Sasaki, some of these guys, but
that's gonna be a while.
Murakami?
Murakami, I remember you were talking about him.
But you're gonna have this is a two-step process. If you want him to get posted early, you got to pay the team a chunk of money, and then they're gonna post the player early. And then you got to play the player to play the contract. So,
but the posting fee doesn't count against the thing, does it?
What's that?
The posting fee doesn't count against the thing, does it?
No, it's a completely different thing. So you guys just like the Red Sox did with Daisuke Matsuzaka. They paid their team like $60 million
just
the team, just to post the guy.
And
then,
yep.
Then you have to negotiate a contract with the player. So it's a two-step system, two separate bulk payment. That's a boatload of money, man. You're gonna have to do Roki Sasaki.
How do they convince the front office people to pony up the money just to pull somebody from Japan?
I would just tell
or you can
tell Hal there's money in it.
Analytics.
Yeah.
Or you gotta hope that there's an Orlando El Duque Hernandez 2.0 coming out of Cuba defecting somehow.
I was just talking about him not too long ago. That man can roll out of bed and pitch well in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
He could wake up dead tired, still pitch well in the playoffs.
And why didn't analytics tell them to get Yoshida? Look at what Yoshida's doing for Boston.
Jay, didn't you mention him?
That's a left fielder that we could have had.
Season.
Yeah.
And a lot of people threw a lot of shade at Boston for giving him that much money, and they say, "Well, he's just a light hitting, guy." And
be perfect for Yankees.
They've used something nobody else
isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's perfect for Yankee Stadium.
Exactly.
And this is what drives me crazy.
Yeah.
This team always played better when they had lefties in the lineup.
He's Hideki Matsui.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I would have told these guys, I would have told Hal, we could get Sasaki, Murakami, and Yoshida for less than you're going to pay for Ohtani himself.
Ohtani, yep.
Yes.
Yep, you're right.
All three for less than one.
And I can see Hal wanting Ohtani only because of what he draws. Look what they're doing with Aaron Judge now.
Yeah, but then the rest of the team will suffer. They'll have all their money in two players.
They don't care. Didn't we say they don't care?
Do we know?
We do.
No, we do.
Yeah.
But they don't. It's business.
Exactly.
It's business.
Japanese
Ohtani will be the Godzilla versus the three-headed monster from the Japanese with those movies from back then. So
he's gonna get paid, man.
Oh, yeah.
D-Rod, be careful. I think you just came onto the new HBO Max, hot special movie there. Godzilla versus the three-headed monster.
You might want to sell that, bro.
Skinamax, you're talking about?
I'm getting Lucas Giolito comments here from Franchise J. Anybody have thoughts on Lucas Giolito's potential starter acquisition?
Why not?
So,
Why not?
yeah, why not? Exactly.
Yeah.
But how is he faring so far this year? What's his numbers?
Can't be any worse than what we got.
Decent.
Giolito, let's see what we got here.
Well, here's
What
the question:
about Lance?
what teams
What
do you
about
think
Lance?
are going to be selling in the deadline? The White Sox.
White
Everyone
Sox.
said, "Yeah, they're okay." I
Honestly,
thought they were going to be crap. They're just not a well-run team, in my opinion.
Here's
Who's
the
going
teams we
to be
know for
sellers?
sure.
Do you think?
Colorado.
I think Cardinals might sell.
If they
So
stay
far,
healthy,
yeah.
They
If
can
it's
see them
trending
as a
like they are,
surprise.
they sure will be.
Kansas
But the
City,
Rockies,
perennial
I think
seller.
so
They're
far,
So
Profar is
Oakland.
going to be. I think he's at that 1-year contract. He signed with a shit team. So and then the Rockies won't go anywhere. He just got the best deal he can get, and he said, well, they'll trade him to somebody, to a contender, and then he'll play. Hopefully, he'll play well in those 2 months, like Beltran did, 15 years ago, and then he'll get a better contract.
get a good
Yeah.
playoff run acquisition. That's a good point. That's a
Is
good
there
point.
anything worthwhile trading for from Oakland? Don't answer that. That was a sarcastic question.
Yeah.
No.
No, there is a guy. What's his name?
I'll take Patrick Corbin
get his
over
name.
Donaldson.
I'd
Did I
trade
do
to
a
get the
Donaldson
land
for
where the
Corbin?
stadium is. That's probably the best value you can get from Oakland.
Would anybody do this trade? I would not. Because I think we'd be giving up 1 bad year for 3 bad years.
That's
Corbin's-
true. I was
But
going to
is
say.
Corbin that bad of a pitcher?
He's making
Yes.
$24 million a year, and I think he
Yes.
might have 2.5 years left.
Brent Rooker
Right.
from the A's. Brent Rooker.
Hey, listen,
Oh,
and to be
God,
fair,
no,
Cashman,
no.
everyone was saying,
Been hot.
hey,
He's
let's
playing
sign
good.
Patrick Corbin, and he
wanted to go to
he
the
didn't sign him.
Yankees.
So maybe that was,
He dodged a bullet.
he should have signed Harper. Harper was the obvious person, player to sign, but
Well, you traded
at
for
least
Stanton.
he didn't sign Corbin.
And Harper said he would have played first base too if he
Yeah.
came to the Yankees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should have signed.
That's the
And,
perfect
and
left-handed
to your
lineup.
point, David, he's a lefty power bat.
Bingo.
And he's
Bingo.
not.
Agree with you, sir.
Like Harper
The only
was
thing I don't know
close,
is if
man.
he'll cut his hair, but I think he would have to
Listen,
join the Yankees.
He
If wanted
shaved.
to be a
Jason,
Yankee.
didn't you say that he shaved? Like he shaved and all that? You said that in a video
He
last week, I
shaved
think.
when the Yankees were when he became a free agent. Yeah, he shaved.
He shaved.
Right.
I
Okay. Yeah.
remember that.
Okay.
I remember
Just
that.
don't
So
bring back
Sonny Sprockets has got a super chat. He's saying just don't bring back Chapman.
I
Are you
think we're
talking
safe.
about?
I
Yeah,
think we're
he
safe.
yeah.
I
As
think
I
we're
was
safe.
going to ask him, are you talking about Aroldis or Matt
Oh, well,
Chapman?
I
Well,
stay.
he's not, they're not trading. They're not trading him in Toronto,
getting
so
rid
it
of
has to be a
Chapman.
Aroldis.
They could sign Matt
Yeah.
Chapman in the offseason.
He's a free agent.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt Chapman, Jordan Montgomery will be a free agent too. Be a
Oh
lot of-
wow! So maybe
Aaron
we could make
Nola.
nice with Jordan Montgomery after all.
I think it's
I think-
probably going to be easier to get him in a trade. I'm not sure if he's going to be willing to sign here as for
If
I think they-
Miami falls apart all of a sudden, do you go after Sonny Alcantara?
Yes, but they're not. They're not going to get.
they're not going to move him.
Nope.
No.
No.
They
Yes,
Take a
I
while.
would.
Pablo Lopez. They're not
Yeah.
going to move Alcantara.
Yeah, no. Because I'm sure teams probably tried to get him already, and they're not giving him up.
You're gonna give
Hey,
up
and if you're
Dominguez.
Cashman, why not revisit that Torres for Lopez trade in the offseason? And
about
if you're going to
Pablo
throw
Lopez?
in somebody,
just get traded
if
to
you throw in
Minnesota?
Chaparro and Torres for Lopez, or someone like Chaparro, or even 2 Chaparros,
Lopez
is that not worth Lopez?
He's in Minnesota though.
Lopez got traded to the Twins, and he got.
I'm saying like last offseason, because last year in the deadline, there was a rumor, and then Miami sort of broke down at the last minute. They
I
said they
remember
cut it
that.
off,
Yeah,
right?
I
So
was
why not
watching
revisit that in
Jason
the
live when
offseason,
that happened.
Sounds
and
like
and sweeten the
complete.
pot a little bit?
Twin,
I
the
remember that.
the Twins just gave Lopez a 4-year extension. They're not
Yeah,
gonna-
he's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I know that's not okay.
If I'm moving Torres, it's going to be for somebody like Andres Munoz, closer for the Mariners.
Sure.
Is he the
Such
closer
a-
or he's the eighth inning guy?
Impact, a power arm, an impact player.
That's why I go back to Garrett Crochet.
Okay, so here's another deal. Here's another idea.
Mhm.
So Seattle Mariners were supposed to have 2 big arms in that rotation between Robbie Ray and Luis Castillo. Robbie Ray, we know, went on the season-ending Tommy John because of that flexor strain. That leaves only Luis Castillo still remaining there.
They're not going to trade him.
You don't think so?
I don't think
Nope.
so.
They're,
No.
they're
I
trying,
mentioned that
they're
to
trying to
Jason
build
like 2
something.
weeks ago. Yeah,
Wow.
on the
They're
chat. I
trying to
mentioned
build
that a week
something.
ago. Yeah.
Watch.
Yeah.
They're going to be the dark horse for Shohei Ohtani.
Shohei Ohtani, that's what
Yeah.
I was thinking of.
Just watch.
Yeah.
And then when Robbie Ray comes back, they're going to have a 3-headed monster. And then Shohei Ohtani will be a partner in crime for Julio Rodriguez. They need another bat to back
Need
him up.
another bat. Yeah.
He serves both purposes.
I
And the
would- I
Japanese
mean-
market in Japan is gigantic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, he'll remember. I mean, Ichiro. Look how big Ichiro was. 20 years ago. So
Yep.
Yeah.
That
Seattle,
sticks out.
Seattle has a pretty tough pretty strong ties to Japan. So I could see that.
Second, guys.
Yep. Yeah, sure.
All right, Jason. Don't forget to put the nightlight on, Jason.
How are the girls, Jay? Everybody's good?
Yeah, everybody's good, man. Everybody's
How's
good.
that renovation, man? The second floor. That's got to be crazy. Adding a whole floor to your house.
Yeah, we're going from 1,800 square feet to just under 4,000. So it's gonna be a big one. I'm actually moving outside.
Yeah, it is.
Because my phone charger and my computer laptop charger was not working in the other room. So hang on 1 second. I'm just gonna charge my thing here.
Actually, I think I
While
might.
we're waiting, I was listening. I was out early this morning, and I was listening to Dallas Sports Radio, and they were talking about this article about pitchers, about how lately pitcher velocity has gone up to where you have a lot of guys in the major leagues that are pitching like hitting 100 miles an hour pretty easily now, but they're also all getting hurt. And so they're quoting an article, and I got in late on the show, but the point is that they were saying that specialists and medical personnel were saying that in order to avoid these guys getting hurt, they should don't throw 100 miles an hour in the first inning, build up to that. And they brought up being here in Texas. They talked about Jake DeGrom, who he pitches with maximum effort every time he throws the ball. And
that's why he has injury problems.
Yeah. And if the Rangers are lucky, they'll get 12 starts a year out of him throughout his entire contract. So I thought that was pretty fascinating.
They're going to get 3 years starts out of that 5 or 6 year deal.
Five-year deal.
Yeah. They're going to get 3 years worth of starts out of that.
If they're lucky.
Yeah, they're going to get like 40% availability at best.
At best.
Yeah, they had to. They had to bring in him. They had to bring in him and Evaldi, though. They had to.
So let me ask you a question. Who would you rather have right now? DeGrom, even though obviously he's injured. But let's say for argument's sake, he's healthy. Would you rather have DeGrom or what the Mets have with Scherzer and Verlander?
Scherzer and Verlander.
No, I don't think I would want to have two AARP aces. Sorry, I'm not going that direction.
I feel like
is it DeGrom and Scherzer or DeGrom and Verlander?
No, Scherzer and Verlander or DeGrom.
Just two versus one. I mean, you take two pitchers over one for sure, regardless of their age, right?
Yeah, but here's the thing, D-Rod. One of them can't control their use of sweat and rosin and winds up getting thrown out for 10 days.
And he washed his hands, and he still couldn't, and he still got thrown out.
Hey, listen, I ran out of some flour, so I took some sweat and rosin, and I thickened up my soup the other day for that. So it worked out perfect.
It's hard to think those two would be worth $80 million.
All right, I'll add one more perspective to that conversation. Would you rather have DeGrom in Texas as the lone ace? Would you have Verlander and Scherzer with the Mets at 30 or 40% availability? Or would you rather have what the Yankees have, Giancarlo Stanton, 40% availability?
I'm gonna take Scherzer.
I take the pitchers. Take the pitchers over.
Yeah, I take pitchers over offense.
You get two of them too. Plus, these guys have intangibles. They're bulldogs. They rub off.
Yeah, I agree with Jay. I'd rather take Scherzer.
I mean, this guy would pitch with a broken neck, Max Scherzer. He doesn't
freaking neck. Get it right. Broken freaking.
Dude, I just got through a dental procedure. Give me a ball. I'll freaking give you like 85 mile an hour eat-this pitches.
I'm telling you.
Just don't grit your teeth.
These guys breathe fire, man. They breathe fire.
It's true. They're bulldogs. They really are bulldogs.
Yeah.
And they were like that even from their days in Detroit.
Yeah.
They were freaking bulldogs, man.
You don't really see that.
Yeah, but the thing is, you're taking Verlander out of a cheating a Houston Astros organization who did God knows what with his mechanics to increase the rotation on that pitch. Can he still maintain that after getting out of the Astros organization? Or does he go back to pre-2017 Houston Astros status?
Well, you want two Cy Youngs with the Tigers, so you want two Cy Youngs with the Tigers. No.
It's hard to say. I'd say we have to see because now he only had his first start today. Now, obviously, he lost, but we got to see how it plays out.
Wait, the Mets lost today?
2-0.
That's left.
He pitched well, though.
He did pitch well. He had one inning. First inning was his bad inning. Otherwise, he pitched
well. Yeah, I mean, I think their problems are the same as ours. I mean, basically, the offense is in shambles. The pitching is there. They're basically we're basically breathing the same problems on both sides in Queens and in the Bronx.
Yep, and you got fans over there jumping off the ledge, wanting people fired and dead and everything.
The difference is,
you have that over here too.
They don't want Buck fired. They want Epler fired. Here, we want everybody fired.
No. You heard what the take is for Billy Epler, right? You know what they're calling him, right? They're calling him Inepler.
And who was his teacher?
Cashman.
Brian Cashman.
Yeah, they're already making the Cashman.
Good job,
He's
Pete.
a disciple of Cashman. They're blaming Cashman for Mets failures too. So
is he wrong?
Their payroll's higher than ours.
And they're probably $330 million. 330, yeah, $330 million.
They can blame Cashman all they want for their failures, but these are the idiots who basically fell for a Bernie Madoff joke.
Yeah, what do you think of that, Portnoy?
We had some Yankees on there too. Don't forget.
Yeah, what do you think of that, Portnoy? What's your thoughts?
I think that's, I don't know. Listen, I'd rather have Buck over Aaron Boone. That's for sure.
Oh yeah,
that's for sure.
See, that kind of cycles back to
Buck,
what Michael
Buck
Kay
was there
saying
when the
about-
dynasty was forming. He was the orchestrator.
And see, Buck likes analytics, but he's able to do both. He can use the analytics, but he can still go by his gut. Tell the other one, fool yourself. I'm going to go by what I see.
Buck, when he gets there, he's good at building a team and getting, almost to the promised land. But for some reason, I don't know if it's his, he gets nervous or something like that. But like when last year with the Padres, with the guy with the ear and Musgrove and all that, it's like really, like is that what you do? And who told him to do that? The nerds told him to do that.
The nerds,
And if you're Buck, you say to the nerds, "Fuck you, leave me the fuck alone. Let me coach this fucking game."
Yeah,
and that's the thing. I think that's the reason why he's not a Yankee manager, because the Yankee nerds have a different mindset than the Met nerds. The Yankees nerds won't even let that become a possibility ever.
And this is the problem. There's too much analytics.
They have all the power.
They
have all the power.
Yeah. I think as far as like why Buck has had a hard time getting teams to the promised land, I think it's almost like a Joe Girardi thing. After a while, his style just grates on players, and it's like, especially the Yankees being a perfect example. Of course, he got canned by Steinbrenner because he refused to fire any of his staff. But
and they were going to try before they hired Torrey. He was trying to bring him back.
Yeah, but then they got Torrey, who had the just the right personality and the right I don't know, charisma to kind of make that team gel. And turn them into what they turned into.
The dynasty.
Yeah.
And he was clueless Joe when he came in. Let's remember that.
Oh yeah, wasn't he managing what is it, the Braves or he was managing somebody. I don't remember.
He managed the Braves, the Mets, the Cardinals.
That year, but the year before he was managing, I think it was the Braves, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, it's true.
But he was called Clueless Joe in the newspaper. Now I was 5 when that article came out, but I remember seeing it. They were calling him Clueless Joe.
Yeah,
I remember this thing.
Hey, Jason, everybody, I need to sign off, but I really enjoyed it. Look forward to doing it again.
All
right, Mike.
City Mike.
I will wrap it
guys.
up. Thank you, Music City. I'll wrap it up in a few minutes, gang. Those in the comments are asking whether it's an open panel. The link. We're going to wrap it up, but I will do this again in a couple of weeks and have everybody on.
If I'm off from work, I'll definitely.
Great idea.
Have an open panel. I want everybody to get heard.
Yeah.
So,
and
you're all welcome. But guys, final words. Your thoughts. Let's round robin it. David Cohn, what do you got?
We go back to the beginning. It's frustrating right now, but I have to believe they're going to turn this around. But it all depends, when everybody comes back, how they're playing.
Yeah. Got to get healthy.
It goes back to health. But even if we have the health, is there a guarantee it's going to turn around? No.
That's the thing. Healthy doesn't mean shit unless they perform either. So they got to perform.
And this analytics department, it really is I blame everything on the analytics. It all goes back to that. It all goes back. If I was Cashman at this point, fire Boone, you go manage the team. You got to listen to the analytics anyway.
Well,
you might as well just manage the team at this point.
Chat GPT can manage.
Yeah. If I could chime one thing in, I think it's important to hold players accountable too.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree with that.
Knocking hustle, sitting on the bench. Playing some.
Yeah.
You got to be held accountable, and then not holding. It's.
I was just gonna say
too much blame Boone, too much blame Cash.
Exactly.
Hold players accountable.
It's making the lineup.
Well, especially Torres.
Yes, you get
especially Torres because now you have a replacement for him. In the last couple of years, you did it, so you had to play him whether you liked it or not. Now you got somebody there, and he's the same or better. Peraza's just as good, I think, or will be.
They still won't bench him. They don't have the balls to bench.
I
him.
think it's
They don't.
ridiculous.
What's
The
your
top
thoughts?
prospect
Steelers?
doesn't play
Jimmy.
every day.
Give it to us, Steelers. What are you thinking?
Yeah, like David said, I think we'll be patient and waiting for these guys to come back. Ultimately, they're gonna catch fire. The lineup can't be this stagnant. There's just no way. Nobody's hot at all. I mean, it's hard to watch.
I think Rizzo's the hottest player.
Yeah, I know at one point they're gonna catch
between
fire.
him and DJ.
They're going to get some momentum. They're going to win some big games in Tampa. I think it's coming, and they're going to let it roll. They're going to get their captain back. Guys will start trickling in, and it'll just be a snowball effect. Everyone will start rolling. Just wait. It's happening. I know it's happening.
Look, when Willie Calhoun is your sexy hitter, we have a problem.
Oh, I forgot about him.
Yeah,
he's the man right now.
He's heating up.
He's been the hottest hitter. You're right.
Just think of the bench we could have though when everyone gets back. If we have Bowers and Calhoun and those guys that are have gut reps.
Bowers,
Back in
Calhoun,
19 we had the same thing with the Greg Allens and those guys came up and they just sparked the fire.
Yep.
What's his name?
Willie Calhoun's about as sexy as Fluffy.
And it's also Cole Calhoun in the minors.
Yeah.
They brought him behind him too. Yeah.
And
Hey, watch for Will Warren too. I think that kid he's coming up in the end of the year. He looks good.
Another name. How long before we see Spencer Jones?
Dude,
I'd bring him up, but he's too young yet. I don't think
this year. But next 2 years, maybe.
Yeah, next year. I think he has a shot. Yeah.
With the exception of Powers,
he's our homegrown. He's our homegrown Paul O'Neill, Spencer Jones.
Oh yeah,
he could be.
With the exception of Elijah Dunham and Jake Bowers, I think he's going to be the next guy called up. He's ahead of Dominguez.
Oh yes,
ahead of Everson Pereira. Period.
Yeah. I forgot about Everson Pereira. He's going to get traded eventually. I think that's what's going to happen. You don't hear anything about him.
He's an incredible outfielder. He hustles.
Is Devi doing any better in the minors? Devi Garcia?
Decent. He got lit up the other day, but decent. Every now and then
he's better off in the bullpen. They have him now. I think because he's not. He didn't pitch.
Didn't use an Austin Wells.
Yeah, he's the bullpen guy.
I forgot about him. What's going on with
Austin Wells? Yeah,
I think he just came back. Yeah,
just came back.
Okay,
he's still a few years away anyway.
Don't be surprised if he's the next catcher called up
over Ben Rodvet.
He might be because he's got a bat. He's got a big bat.
But can he catch?
Yeah, he can catch. Now he's not as skilled of a catcher as Ben Rodvet, but that's why they have Trevino.
Yeah,
true. He can balance that part out.
Wells is in Double-A though, isn't he?
Who's that? Rodvet?
No, Wells. He said Wells. He asked if Wells is in Double-A.
Wells is in Double-A. Rodvet.
Yeah, I think most everybody's in Double-A.
Yeah,
that's our best
I thought Rodvet was in AAA, wasn't he?
Yeah, Rodvet's in AAA.
Yeah, so then doesn't that give him the earlier path to get up here?
You would think so, not necessarily.
Theoretically, but if he doesn't progress,
if he's a real guy, I don't know if he's real yet.
That makes that trade even crazier. That's who they really want.
TC. He's pretty much Ben Rodvet is basically Patrick Swayze in Yankee pinstripes.
Yeah, Ghost.
Ghost.
Yeah. Your final thoughts, Joe.
His walk-up music will be like Roadhouse Blues or something, right?
Final thoughts, Joe.
We need to stop playing checkers with the lineup. We need to come out. We need to put 8 players out there, and let them play.
I agree.
And stop with this switching around because that's not helping at all. That would cut out the outfield collisions. It would get a tighter infield, and focus in on talking between the manager and the pitching coach when they want to make a change, and fuck the analytics if that's what's been screwing them up. And basically just start making baseball decisions based on the situation in the game, who you got on the mound, who you got in the bullpen, and go, and basically play old-time baseball until we get our act together.
A semblance of consistency would be a good thing for these players. You got a lot of guys like Garrett Cole. He's a creature of routine.
Yeah.
He needs routine.
And as an add-on, I really would have reconsidered making Cole the captain as opposed to Judge, because Cole will tell people to play the fucking game. Whereas Judge will be a nice guy.
Yeah, we don't have guys like that.
Cole will get in their face and say, "You fucked up. Don't do that again."
Dude, he gives you the 1,000-yard stare if you mess up.
1,000-yard stare.
I'm gonna stand in your face if you drop.
I have something to say, but I want Dave to go.
Why not have a pitching catcher, and a positional player captain? Not catcher, sorry, captain.
Each
Why not have one for both?
Yes, I agree.
I mean, in football, you have one for offense and one for defense. The quarterback's the obligatory captain, but
Agreed.
Hang on, I cut into Dave's time. Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, Dave.
Sorry, Dave.
Yeah, so we have 2 series coming up with Tampa. We must win at least one of them. If we don't win, then we're back. We're about like 10 games back of Tampa. If we win Tampa now, then we still have a chance to win the division. If not, I think the division's that's pretty.
It's gonna be tough.
You're absolutely right. Last thing we want to do is games out.
Let me add a perspective to what Dave just said. This may not be directly MLB related, but you saw what happened to the record-breaking franchise in the NHL, basically getting their tails handed to them by, who was it that played Boston and beat them? Florida?
Yep.
Yeah.
Florida Panthers, yeah.
Yep. So my point is, as long as you get into the playoffs at a decent enough position, wild card or division winner, more likely wild card at this point with the way the Yankees are playing, just get into the dance in the end of September into October. You'd probably be more healthier at that time than you are now and have a chance to knock the biggest upset ever.
Stop overusing the bullpen too.
And look, in the short term, the Yankees have the Rays on bookend weekends, and right in the middle, thankfully, we have Oakland.
Yeah.
And with our luck, we'll sweep the Rays and we'll get swept by Oakland.
Yeah.
I can see
That
that.
wouldn't surprise me.
Right. I mean, how crazy has it been so far, right?
Back about a week and a half ago, Oakland had more hits than we did.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
And a better batting average by a team. Yeah.
I know, guys. I know we're on the tail end of this, but I want to welcome NFE on here.
Yes, sir.
NFE's in
Yo.
Now it's a party. You driving, bro?
I'm driving, man, but my eyes are on the road, so we're good.
Okay.
Good.
Have a beer on me while you're driving.
I wanted to say, guys.
Give us some insights, bro.
No, I just want to say the problem is, and this goes back for a few years now, this team is just too right-handed.
Mm-hmm.
It's too right-handed. When we were winning, not even so much the champ, just winning, it was a balance. You had a few righties, few lefties. Would have mixed it up switch because you had Bernie Williams, and he was a switch hitter. But this team needs to be a little bit more left-handed to take advantage of that short porch in right field. Take advantage of it.
Gallo back.
What's your thoughts, NFE, on that? What's your thoughts?
What was it? Sorry, somebody was saying that there was too many righties.
Too many righties.
In the lineup?
Yeah.
I agree, man. I don't know what happened to all of our lefties. I mean, there's like
lefties. That's what happened.
Yeah, and I keep talking about analytics, man. You can only depend on analytics to an extent. You the game doesn't go according to plan, not all the time. And I always used to reference of everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face. So yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah,
they need to be a little bit more left-handed. I mean, you gotta get the right players because they tried it a little bit before with Gallo and Rizzo, but you gotta get the right players.
So what you were saying, point because you're gonna wrap it up. My final thoughts would be, I don't see anything changing anytime soon.
Agreed.
That's the sad part.
But I don't either.
Watch, and we'll still spend money. We'll spend $20 a month. Someone said spend $25 a month to watch something, on Yes stuff, and nothing will change.
Because they don't give it.
I don't think the sad part. I'm not an optimist. I'm a realist.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
I think they're very much relying.
I agree with you.
Healthy.
They're too much relying on the injured players.
Nothing's changed for 3-4 years.
Yeah,
true. It's true.
If I were them, though, I would trade for a big relief arm.
Yes, because your bullpen's gonna be tired.
You can get Crochet, you can get freaking Josh Hader. Padres are somehow out of contention.
I was thinking this. Yes, I was thinking the same thing. Yeah,
that dude can handle it.
Hader's the target. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sorry.
Wait, so if the Padres go out of contention, who do you trade for?
I'm all over Josh
everybody.
Padres come out of contention. I'm on Josh Hader. He's gonna be a free agent at the end.
You got that team as much as they want to give, except for those big contracts.
Exactly. Like I said, I go back to what I said before. I try to see what I have to give up for Cruz, man. I really would. I know he's another righty, but at least I trust him over Hicks.
So nobody wants to trade for Machado?
He just got extended another 10 years.
No, he's going to be there. That's his home.
Isn't it 11? Because doesn't the contract start next year?
Well, it's true. True. Yeah, that's true. 11. It's a good point.
So he ain't going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. I can see them eventually signing Soto. They're throwing the money around, so I think they're going to end up signing Soto personally.
Well, Soto, he kind of bet on himself a little bit. He didn't take that big contract from the Nationals. He's not doing too well right now. He's lost quite a bit of value.
Early.
Yeah, true.
I mean, give it time. He's still got another year or two, but I mean, and maybe just San Diego's not Soto and San Diego's not a good marriage. Maybe he goes someplace else. It might be better, but then San Diego's has egg on their face.
Yeah.
Do you guys think Soto is going to be the player that everybody expects him to be?
No.
Everywhere except San
I would
Diego.
have said yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so.
How old is he again? 23,
20, 24.
24.
He'll be 25.
I'll say yes. I don't think
He's
I'll
like
say
3 to
yes.
5 years older than Dominguez, basically.
Yeah. I'll say
So-
yes.
But you got to be cautious. Does he block Dominguez if he's traded here?
Yes, Dominguez will not see
Yeah.
that
Right.
trade. If he's traded
He
here,
will not see it.
no way Dominguez is not part of that trade.
Well, listen, if you trade for
no
Soto,
way.
you're trading Dominguez for Soto. So problem
Right.
solved.
He'd be
Right.
involved in it.
Yeah, we don't
He'd
need
be involved in
Dominguez.
that trade if you try to trade for him.
I
yes.
agree. I wouldn't trade. No, I wouldn't do that. No.
Trade wise, no. Would I sign him as a free agent?
Yes.
It depends how our outfield is looking.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's you try to look ahead, but you really can't because you don't know what everything's going to look like.
That's kind of far. Yeah, if Spencer
In
Jones.
all honesty, I would stay away from Soto. I would wait for Dominguez because I think the Patriots plan would bring out a lot more rewards. That's just me.
I hope so. I hope
I
so.
mean, I hope you're right.
Right. I agree.
I don't know.
I
I don't know.
Yeah,
It
definitely.
depends because think about it. We just said Spencer Jones.
would have won the
is
Yankees,
closer to the
honestly, man.
majors than
Like
Dominguez.
I would have won him on the team.
Amen. Amen. And let me give a shout out to RC from NYC. Thank you for the super chat, bro.
And
What's up? What's up? What's up to my family? So he agrees with making Cole the co-captain.
I
Yeah,
agree with that.
he's meant
I
to
would,
be
I would
set
consider
in
him
the
a. I consider him a captain, really, because, like I said, that 1,000-yard stand, man. I thought he was going to kill Hicks right there on the field.
I'm telling you,
It's that accountant haircut that he got. That's like it's
Yo,
the
that
opposite
hair-
of like
listen, since he
telling
got that
you,
haircut,
it's the haircut.
the haircut.
Yeah.
He's not Samson anymore, but he still has the power.
he's got that scalp.
See,
He's on fire. man.
Cole, if he didn't have Superman eyes with the red lasers coming out, I'm just saying. You know.
He would have killed Hicks. If he wasn't going to go to jail, I think he would have killed Hicks right then and there.
No, you could give Cole some red kryptonite, the type that makes Superman evil, and he would have kicked the living shit out of Hicks.
I don't think he would need it personally.
Yeah,
I think if you piss that man off, he'll go off.
Hey,
No,
Jason,
I
I
think-
think we should put Hicks in a rear naked chokehold to bring him back to reality.
and if he's a fellow jiu-jitsu practitioner like myself, so
Yeah.
I think we should put Hicks on the next SpaceX rocket to the moon, the one that basically explodes.
If
That's pretty extreme.
if Trump can kill somebody on,
I kind of feel bad, but he's doing it to himself.
I
He's
think
doing
if,
it to
right,
himself.
he is doing
I
it to
think if,
himself.
I think
You know,
if
you
Trump can
have
kill
the chance.
somebody,
You have your chance to make up to the fans, but
Hmm.
you're not doing anything.
Yeah,
You know, I say this on just about every panel I'm a part of, and I know this kind of gets repetitive, but if we have some new people on here listening to this, if a Cashman movie were ever made, God forbid, let it be known Denzel Washington absolutely refuses to be playing the part of one Mr. Aaron Hicks.
Huge Yankee fan, by the way. I believe I believe Denzel
Yeah,
Washington is
he
a
is.
huge Yankee
one of
fan.
the
so-
coolest,
Denzel,
one of
yeah.
the coolest guys you'll ever meet.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that.
Yeah, he's like, dude, you want me to
Like a
play?
real humble
You want
dude.
me to play the part of Hicks? Are you fucking kidding me?
hmm I had a pleasure of meeting him a bunch of years ago.
That's cool. That's
He
cool.
was at my mom
Yeah,
was
but-
friends. You guys remember Gregory Hines?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
My mom
Dancer.
knew him and kind of friends with him through the theater business. We went to his memorial in the Apollo Theater, and Denzel was there. And
Oh, wow.
my mom screamed "Go Yankees" to Denzel, and then he turned around. It's like, yo. And it was like really cool.
That's cool.
Really,
That's
He was a good tap dancer, Gregory Hines. He really good.
Oh, yeah.
one of the best.
Yeah.
One of the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember him from Renaissance Man.
Oh God, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
With movie with Danny
That's how-
DeVito.
Remember him and Billy Crystal. He did that movie. What was that movie with Billy Crystal back in the day?
Running Scared.
Running
Yeah.
Scared.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then, of course, throw him on. No, that's right. That's the wrong one. Sorry. Never mind. Sorry. I was thinking of somebody else. But
I think this team can get it back together. I do. At least I want to believe they can. But like we go back to what we're saying, can we count on these guys who are coming back? Because you get these guys that are coming back, and will we still be in the same position? Will we be better off? Who knows?
And I think,
go ahead, Jay. I'm sorry.
To your point, and what Cashman also said, they're not going to really do much until the trade deadline.
You know, really nothing you can do.
Their hands are tied.
So their hands are tied. So
yeah, I agree with that. That wasn't bullshit, but everything else, plain old bullshit.
Yeah. But guys, their hands weren't tied in the offseason, though. That's the problem. He didn't do enough in the offseason.
Yeah. You didn't get a left fielder. You needed a left fielder. Get a left fielder. That's all you needed to do.
The one we wanted didn't want to come back here, unfortunately. So
it's what Jason said, though. They signed Judge to the 9-year contract. We wanted Rodon. We got Rodon. And then Hal put the kibosh. But
Hal pretty much
this is what I wanted to say. Sorry, Jay. You want to say what you want to say first?
Go ahead, bro.
Everybody kept saying that Cashman signed Judge. No, he didn't. Hal signed Judge. Yeah. Because if it was up to Cashman, I think he would have walked away because they were trying to knock that contract out and couldn't. Hal didn't get involved.
David, can I add one piece of that? Can I add one piece of that?
Sure. Go ahead.
So while Hal basically got in the middle and signed Aaron Judge, John Heyman basically cursed it with his misspelled Twitter.
Arson
Judge. Yeah. I remember that.
His evil twin brother, Aaron's evil twin brother, Arson. Now, let me ask you something, guys. If the Yankees are 500, teetering somewhere, not really halfway, do they become sellers? And if they do, who do you sell?
Okay, hold on. Are they in the wild card?
I mean, right now they're not. I mean, if everything's status quo and they're sort of like 4 or 5 games out, kind of, sort of, do you become a buyer or seller?
Who do you sell? Is the question.
That's my question. I don't know. That's what I'm asking everybody.
Glaber is a name for sure. I mean, if you're going to sell anybody, he might be one. Somebody I read somewhere somebody was floating the idea of selling Peraza, but I don't know how I feel about that.
No.
Yeah, I say no too. Absolutely.
I say no, but you're going to move Volpe in a second?
My point here, the little sort of like a trick question. If you're a seller and the only person that you can sell is Torres, what does that say about the team?
There's nobody else worth selling. That's what it is.
Well, I mean, you can sell Peraza, but you want to keep him because he's good. But, what are the sellable pieces?
You could say that now, that the only...
Look at all the positions. Yeah. Hardly any positions have credible backups.
Yeah.
So nobody in the West Coast wants to buy Hicks?
Send him to the Padres. Maybe he'll do well.
Nobody in the solar system wants to buy Hicks.
Come on, we can send him to San Francisco.
They can sell Hicks to the Rockies.
Send him to San Francisco.
No, I thought the D-backs might actually give him a chance.
I was thinking more of the Rockies since they suck too. So
wait,
come on, trade for Jefferson Profar.
Yeah. We could do a Hicks for Charlie Blackmon and call it a day.
I'd rather have Charlie Blackmon.
I like Charlie Blackmon.
So would they.
Exactly, Billy. So would they.
He's a gamer.
Maybe the Savannah Bananas.
So I'll take.
How about the Long Island Ducks? Send him to the Long Island Ducks.
Exactly.
Send him with Daniel Murphy.
Jason, I always give Jigger a really, really hard time with this one. I was like, Hicks to the Knicks.
No. No.
Jigger doesn't like that.
No, see, that team knows how to play with heart. This one, not so much.
Yeah, but David, see here, you missed the punchline. James Dolan would be laughing his freaking ass off.
That's what. You know what? Going back to George Steinbrenner, what about James Dolan? He was sticking his nose in all the time. Now he stepped back and let the basketball people do the thing, and they're doing well. Maybe Hal should start sticking his nose in, say, listen, what the fuck is going on here? But he has too much trust in Cashman, and that's the problem. So to me, Cashman runs everything. He's the president. He's everything. And that's the problem.
But there's also a dangerous side to changing the front office mentality. And I'll give you a good example. It's not related to New York sports. I'll tell you up front.
Okay.
Dallas Mavericks had Donnie Nelson as their GM for the longest time, and all he ever would do is focus on players coming out of the European leagues and stuff as far as draft picks for his team on the Mavericks.
Right. I think I remember that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Donnie Nelson, look, Patrick Ewing and Donnie Nelson did not. I mean, Donnie Nelson lasted 25 games. Patrick Ewing got him out of. He ran him out of town.
He ran him out of town.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that's what happens when you have that much power, though.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, it got to the point Mark Cuban even fired him and Rick Carlisle in the same offseason for who?
Yeah.
Jason Kidd and Nico from Nike.
Right. Well, I gotta say though, what's his name's working for the Knicks though?
Brunson.
No, well, yeah, but I'm talking about the GM. What's his name?
Rose.
Yeah, well, it's actually Scott. Yeah, Rose. Yeah,
Rose.
And he's a former sports agent, so that worked out. Unlike Brody Van Wagenen, but we're not going to go there.
He finally got the right people.
He has.
But look what happened to the Look what happened to the Mavs this time around. They basically shit the bed even after getting Kyrie from Brooklyn.
Oh, that was going to be a shit.
Right.
Kyrie's been crazy wherever he's gone.
Yeah. Except when he's with LeBron, he's fine when he's with LeBron
because you have LeBron there. You don't have anything to worry about. LeBron
right, exactly.
Yeah, but even the Lakers have been publicly on record as saying they will not re-sign Kyrie in the offseason.
Good.
They wouldn't. No, good. They shouldn't. He's a head case. Good player. Don't get me wrong, but he's a freaking head case.
Mm-hmm.
But what I was gonna say was, I hate to say this, but we need a James Dolan type owner right now because Cashman has all this power and it's not working. So you need someone like that to stick their nose in and say, what the fuck's going on? Like I said before. And maybe they need that shot heard around the world, and maybe like a firing like Cashman could be it. And then now, Jay, I know you normally say, well, who do you replace him with? But I go back to what I said before. You got 3 replacements right in your front office.
Yeah, and you make a good point too, and a couple of you guys made a good point. That George Steinbrenner was like a special owner. He loved winning as much as he hated losing.
Yes,
and we don't have that from Hal right now. So,
yes,
but we don't know. We don't know what we have in Hal.
Cashman's doing exactly what Hal wants done.
Right.
And why would you get rid of that? He's making these people ridiculously wealthy. Him and the
That's the thing. It goes back to it being too much of a business.
Mm-hmm. Do you sell the Yankees to an Elon or a Jeff Bezos?
Bezos.
Anybody who's going to give you all the money you're asking for.
Well,
who cares what his name
$7 billion?
Someone who cares about winning.
$7 billion. You take. Stephen Cohen could buy. Steve Cohen. He could buy the Yankees and own both teams.
I do not. As much as money he's got, I do not trust Steve Cohen. That's just from personal reasons.
Well,
I'll just
the
leave
more
it right
money
there.
someone has, the less you trust them.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
how do you think they got the money in the first place?
I would want somebody with at least a good business head on their shoulders. Steve Cohen is impetuous.
Well, that's and he's not afraid to invest money.
See, that's what it is. It goes to you call it the George Steinbrenner effect.
He's got to turn the Mets into a winner.
Do you call it the George Steinbrenner effect?
They're never selling.
He turns the Mets into a winner, then he's a genius.
He's a god, most likely.
Yeah, he'll be.
If he can win that World Series, yeah.
But again, there's nothing guaranteed. $360 million payment, not guaranteed, man.
360. That's what it was, Jay.
Wow.
360 million.
It would have been.
And they're operating. The Mets are operating at a loss. I think they're losing. They're projected to lose like 40 million or so, give or take.
Yeah, that's chump change for Cohen. So
D-Rod, that's what you get when you have 2 AARP aces.
That's amazing. That look at your payroll and look at the first 2 guys in your rotation. That's the best you can get for that amount of money. Why not?
At that age,
he's bringing in mercenaries.
Well, they were talking about that too before he signed with the Yankees. That the Mets were interested in Rodon.
I'll take Alonso though. Can we get Alonso?
Yeah.
You want fat Alonso?
Good. Doing better than any of our guys.
He's
kicking ass.
He's trying to pull a Judge. You ever realize every time Judge does something, Pete Alonso comes back the next year and beats it or tries to beat it?
True.
I don't know, but I wouldn't mind having Pete Alonso on the team. That's for sure.
Cleanup hitter, perfect.
Oh yeah, and that's what they, talking about the Mets for a second. That's what they need. They need a bopper in that lineup.
Yes,
they don't have that stick behind Pete Alonso.
True.
True. Yeah, because you got to think about
when is Stanton dude back off the list?
Next year. No, I'm kidding.
Probably
might be right.
June,
July.
I'll be back for a week and then
You know what? Let him go to the All-Star game again, huh?
Yeah.
Have a nice, have a nice All-Star game and then go on the IL again.
Yeah, exactly.
Go to the All-Star game, do the home run derby, tweak this hamstring, be out for the rest of the
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You know what? I'd rather have guys, take the time off, relax, come back and win the second half of the season.
So true.
Because at best point, I'd rather have those guys do that than be All-Stars.
So true. Hey guys, I want to thank you all for coming on. I want to wrap this up.
Yes.
Thank you.
But,
Definitely. Thanks a lot, Jay.
This was a great time, man. Your insight, great conversation, great. It's great that this is what I like, that we don't always agree on everything.
You don't have to.
Your insights are important. That's why I want to do this, because I learn from you guys too.
Absolutely.
So I appreciate you all coming on. Your opinions are invaluable, man. So keep bringing them. NFE, if you can get on again, hop on again too.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Joel.
This is my first time going live on YouTube. So but I had a good time, guys. I really thank you very much.
D-Rod.
Yes, sir. Right here, brother.
AKA
3 freaking years and counting. Can you believe? My goodness.
That's right. You're a legend, man. Billy the Kid, Billy Branch, TC Steels, the big dog. My consigliere Joel right there.
Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you, sir. It's a pleasure. Good meeting you guys. Good seeing, faces to the names. It's always good to see that. You guys. Take care, guys. Be well.
Hey, I might come back with another name, D-Rod, so just be careful.
Yeah, that's right.
You're gonna have to.
Be good, man. Take care. I'm watching out for you, Sunil.
All right.
Y'all be
Take
safe.
care,
Go
brother.
better, Sunil.
Well, thank you all.
All right, guys.
Thanks a lot, Jay.
Good
night, guys.
Go Yankees.
Go Yankees.
Thank you. Texas Buckeye, thank you so much. Jason Long, Sean Browning, have Tyler Talbot's in the house. Hal is the last time running left.
Jason,
Yes.
take care.
Take care, Joel. Thank you again, my man. I appreciate you. Oh, wait, I didn't notice the Yankee jersey. All right, man. Love it. Love it.
All right.
Have a great night. I'll talk to you tomorrow. All right, my man. NFE still on, huh?
Yeah, man. I appreciate you letting us on. I know it was a short period of time, but I just wanted to chime in. I got out of practice, so yeah.
Man. You gotta do what you gotta do.
I was just punching and choking people,
You gotta handle the business, man. It's fun when you gotta put a Kimura on somebody. You gotta put an Americana.
Hell yeah.
Ankle lock, leg lock, whatever it is.
Yeah, man. This current all day. Yeah, man. The current state of the Yankees, man. It's a little frustrating for sure. The injuries are certainly not helping whatsoever. But I'm I try to remain optimistic. It's May, but they got to get it together.
I agree.
Yeah. So
I'm confident they will. I just don't know when. Because the timeline of these people getting healthy is all over the place. So
yeah, and the injuries going on right now, man, it's like a black cloud that's just hanging over this team, and it's just like, dude, are they ever going to get healthy?
One comes back, the other one goes down. One comes back, the other one goes. It's ridiculous.
Seriously. And it's like Bader gets hurt yesterday, Peraza gets hurt. I'm like, really? Like, come on, people.
Yep. 100%.
Yeah. So it's frustrating.
Yeah, I hope Bader's back in a few days. I hope I just hope these guys are not seriously hurt. I'm hearing good things about Canely and Severino, so some things to look forward to. But I want to hear some good news on Rodon, man. I need good news.
Yeah, that one is concerning, man, because I'm glad the guy doesn't need like Tommy John, but Rodon though, they paid this guy good money to be on the team, and he hasn't even made a start yet.
That's right.
And so, it's his back that's the issue now, and I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
They sent them for more tests today, so I'm sure we'll get some more intel and MRIs. Again, thank you, Joe. I appreciate you. Great having you on, man. I hopefully we'll get some kind of intel on Rodon tomorrow or the next.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell it's going to be, but you never know.
Severino should be back right next week or next 2 weeks.
Just officially started his rehab assignment, so I would say 2 weeks. He's probably going to want. They're probably going to want to get him in 2 games or something like that before. Before he comes in here. So I would guess 2 weeks, maybe 3 max. But he's officially on the road back, which is good. So
good. Yeah. We need the help, man. And yes, I was watching yesterday's game, and it's like yesterday's game, I was just like, oh man, here we go, Clark Schmidt. But I'm like, that game was not really Clark Schmidt's fault. the guys just made a couple of errors and he got in a jam, and the guy just fails under pressure, unfortunately.
Yeah, and there were 2 unearned runs, but still, I mean, we need him to get better. But again,
Yeah, absolutely.
I think he's here because Rodon and Severino are not. So I would guess when both those guys are back, he will not be in the rotation anymore. I think he'll be.
Oh yeah, no, he's definitely not a starting pitcher. He's a reliever, 100%.
Yeah.
So
I would say same thing. Multiple innings reliever.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And the question I wanted to ask tonight, I know I jumped on late, was
all good.
The Yankees don't have an official closer. In my opinion, they don't have an official closer. So who closes? It's clearly not Clay Holmes.
No, we were talking about this too. It's so with the guys that we have now.
Yeah.
You have Marinaccio. You have Ian Hamilton. You got what's his name? Jimmy Cordero.
Yep.
So good weapons there, but I think Tommy Kahnle's coming back, and he's got the most experience out of all the guys.
Right.
In the 9th inning, so I would expect him to get shots in the 9th inning. But I agree with you. Even Michael King as well. I would agree with you that Clay Holmes should be, and David Cohn pointed this out yesterday. He should be in earlier innings. You put him in the 6th and the 7th, or the 5th and the 6th, or something like that, and let him work through his stuff. And
yeah, because the Yankees almost lost that game yesterday, man. He gave up that run, and I'm like, oh, here we go again, And I think Michael King, or I was even thinking Wandy Peralta. I think Peralta's aggressive at the mound.
I like Wandy. He's not afraid to go after guys. He's good at
no.
I do think also that if I were them, I would call up Matt Crook, who's a lefty, like slaughter / reliever with the Yankees farm in AAA right now, to give another lefty to complement Wandy. So that, and I'm afraid that they're going to rely on him too much, and if something happens, we're not going to have another lefty. So I do think
right.
lefty, and they would be. Yeah.
Yeah, you've mentioned Matt Crook quite a few times. I heard you like you've mentioned him consistently. So I'm like, yeah, wouldn't be a bad idea.
It'd be worth a shot, unless they're going to go for someone like Josh Hader at the trade deadline. I have no idea if they will do that. I mean, he's a shutdown 9th inning guy. So
yeah, he is.
You never know. He's going to cost some money, but he only has half a season left, so he's not going to cost a farm. So, but until that happens, I would say it's probably going to be King. I think Wandy's going to get some shots too. Ian Hamilton. These guys are showing ice in their veins, so that's the type of fearlessness we need.
Yeah, no, all those guys, Kahnle, King, Hamilton. Hamilton's been pretty impressive. I've been very happy with him.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I've been very happy with him. I wasn't sure how he's going to turn out, but he's been great.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I think the Yankees just need to right now. I mean, with all these injuries, man, I think this is like a good opportunity for the young guns to step up.
100%.
I think Volpe is so far. He's been impressive. I'm happy with Volpe, man.
Me too. As I'm happy with too. I think Peraza needs more consistent playing time so we can really see how well he can play.
You brought up consistency. So so a lot of people are frustrated with Oswaldo Cabrera, but the guy does not consistently play. You put him in for one game and then he doesn't play for like 4 games. It's like, let the kid play.
Yeah, he's got to get a shot. I mean, I would be playing all 3 of them consistently, honestly.
Oh, for sure. And Cabrera, man, I mean, yeah, his bat is not great at the moment, but his defense is it's fantastic. I think his defense is great.
Oh yeah.
But I think he needs to play more. He needs to play consistently, man. I mean, it's like, why are we playing Hicks again? I don't want to, we already, it's like beating a dead horse with Hicks, but we're all frustrated with the guy. But it's like, you gotta play Cabrera, man.
Yeah, and it's the only way we're gonna really see if these guys are the real deal or not. You got to give them a shot, like a legitimate shot, not one you play in game that you sit for 10. You have to give them some type of consistency.
Yeah.
We're gonna know if they're the real deal.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, again, it was mentioned a little bit when I joined the chat with analytics. I know they're relying way too much on analytics. You can't rely on analytics, man, because it's like if the game is not going to go according to plan. It won't. It never does.
Exactly. And to your point too, there's a human effect to the game that analytics does not cover. And we need that experience and human effect of the game. It's a freaking game played by humans, and we can't just be relying on on iPads, so all the statistics, launch angles, and all the shit. Like we never learned any of that stuff growing up.
No, we never did. No.
Yeah, we learned how to play fundamental baseball.
Exactly. Thank you. Yes.
We can't abandon that at the major leagues. This is the highest level of the game. We want to see some fundamental baseball. It's
right.
That's why I like guys like Volpe, who just hitting the ball, stealing bases, like playing small ball.
Volpe, man. Volpe is exciting, man. Every time he comes up to bat, I'm like, and he gets on base, I'm like, all right, steal. Like he's gonna steal.
Yeah, and he's 10 for 10. I think he's 10 for 10 or 10 for 11 stolen bases. So he's on it, man. He's on it.
Yeah, he is. And I don't think he's ever been caught stealing. Maybe, not that I recall.
I think he might have gotten picked off, but he hasn't been thrown out at a base. Not that I recall. So he's again just a good.
Yeah, no, he hasn't been thrown out.
He's a gamer, man. I like that. We need more gamers.
Yeah, he is. For a young rookie too. I mean, he shows a lot of patience at the plate. He's definitely swinging at balls that he shouldn't be swinging at, but that's pitchers taking advantage of a rookie. I mean, it's going to happen. But I think for a young rookie, man, I think he shows a lot of patience. He reminds me, he's got a little bit of Jeter in him, and I feel like
he does.
A little bit.
He's got some Jeter and he's got some Dustin Pedroia in him too. He's got some just.
Yes, yeah. I remember somebody tried comparing him to Pedroia, and I'm like, yeah, I can see it now. I can definitely see it now because they compared him to Pedroia prior to the season starting. But I definitely see that with him and Pedroia. I see the comparison.
100%.
Yeah.
Well, Peraza's got similarities to some of these other guys too. Like not even Jeter, but even guys like A-Rod, so smooth with the glove. And they have similarities to a lot of great players, and I really, really hope they can figure out a way to get these guys in the lineup. And honestly, and we've talked about this too. If you DFA a guy like Aaron Hicks, or if you DFA a guy like Josh Johnson, you're gonna have to eat their contract. But I think you can get better value by letting a prospect play. And if they play better, you're spending the money.
Yeah.
You're paying them anyway. You might as well get better value out of the money you're spending.
Yeah, and I've been saying too, I know, they don't want to eat that money, but, I think they have to make an exception here for guys like Hicks and Donaldson. I think that, just eat the money. What's the point of having them on, man? Well, let's get these young guys, because I'm thinking of an infield with with Volpe, Peraza, and then having LeMahieu, Rizzo. I mean, that's a hell of an infield right there.
Nice infield, man. It's a very nice infield.
Yeah. And then rotate Glaber in.
Yeah, even you could DH him. You could do other things with him. Even if you move him but I would only move to Torres if I'm getting a valuable piece in return. I'm not moving him just to clear a roster spot.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, no, you don't want to just clear Glaber Torres just to clear Glaber Torres. Like if you're going to trade the guy, you better get something good for him.
Yeah, and exactly. And I honestly don't think they're going to get the value that they're paying for Donaldson or Hicks. So it makes more sense.
No way.
To DFA these guys. I hope we wake up one day and Hal's like, all right, I'm willing to do it. And then.
Yeah. And, a lot of it, I mean, I don't want to say a lot of it, but I mean, I know there's a lot of blame going on Boone and Cashman, but it's like, and I've mentioned this in the comments. I'm blaming everybody, like from Boone to Cashman to the front office to the squad. Like,
to the players.
Yeah.
I find it interesting how people are so hesitant to hold players accountable.
Oh, I'm holding players accountable.
Millions of dollars to do this job.
Right.
I just want a manager who's going to be like, you're not going to perform? I'm sitting your ass for somebody who will. Period. Like, at this point, it's got to be that way. This is the major leagues. And
yeah. So with that being said, if Boone was not the manager, who would you want as your manager?
Well, I like the things that Boone brings. I like the things that Girardi brings. I mean, at this point, Don Mattingly did a pretty good job in the minor. I mean,
yeah.
I'd like Mattingly. I mean, Kevin, what's his name? Kevin Nash over in Tampa Bay is a nice option, but like, I don't see many guys that would fit into the Yankee mold to do what needs to be done there, what the powers that be want done. And Boone seems to be like the guy willing to do the stuff that Cashman and Hal and the rest of them want done, right? So like, I can't see Buck Showalter because He's old school.
No way.
He would do the yes man thing, and they wouldn't even hire him if he's not willing to do it. So I don't even entertain that. Like, so it's just, I don't see it happening at all. That's why, I mean, the handful of guys is very small. Joe Girardi wore his welcome out, right?
Yeah, Girardi, I don't know, man. I was never 100% sold on him. I mean, granted, he did win he got a World Series with those guys, but in 2009. But I still wasn't I wasn't 100% sold on him because some of his decision making was questionable.
Yeah, he also inherited the core four. He got
He did
region class of all time, CC, Teixeira,
right,
and AJ in the same, and Swisher in the same season,
Yep.
So Boone's never inherited that much. So it's a different situation. Do I think Boone could win the World Series with that type of squad? Probably, because you had veterans that were so good that they helped carry the team.
Yep.
And they didn't need Boone to do a lot of coddling. So we don't have many of those guys right now, the vocal leaders. Like we have Cole. I speak to him about him all the time as being a vocal leader. I can't think of many other guys on this team that share that same, intangible that Cole has. So,
yeah, Cole is fiery, man. I like Garrett Cole, and I liked him. Yeah, no, I liked him when he played. Was it the Pirates, if I remember correct?
The Pirates, yeah.
Yeah. He played for the Pirates, then he played for the Astros, and Garrett Cole, he was just always his own person. Like he was just his own man, But I think, I love that he's on the Yankees, and if we keep talking about this, it's just like he needs to be the captain, not Judge. I like Judge, but we need that loud. We need that loud voice in the locker room.
I wish there was money on the offensive side that would do that, and then we could make him co-captains.
Right.
Like but I mean, because I do think having a vocal offensive player would be a good idea for this team. Stanton's a quiet leader. Judge is a quiet leader. Like Rizzo sometimes, but we need somebody somebody who's personable and not afraid to push people. So,
yeah, I would think Rizzo, but Rizzo I think is more, he's playing the role of like a mentor to a lot of guys like Judge and a lot of these younger guys on the team.
Mm-hmm.
But who on the team can be a co-captain and can be a vocal like a low or loud voice in the clubhouse? I'm like trying to think of the name. I'm going down the list of names, but I can't. I don't know. I can't. It's hard. Yeah, I can't think of anybody, man.
Yeah, I think that's one of the problems. Like when back in the days, they had Jorge Posada.
Exactly.
Tino. They had Brochus. These guys would push people, right? And I think we need a guy like that on the offensive side.
Yeah, there's just nobody on that team right now on the offensive side that has that, and
I think it's unfair to put all the pressure on the rookies.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah, you don't want to put that pressure, but I can in the future, and I'm thinking maybe 5 years down, 5 years, 10 years or so, I can see Volpe maybe being a leader.
So could I?
I can see it.
Joel back on.
Our guy Joel is back. Sweet.
I thought you guys were giving up. Otherwise, I would have stayed on.
Yeah, I've got to go inside in a few minutes. I gotta get to bed. I get up early in the morning, but I wanted to give NFE a chance because he came on late, and I want to chat with him a little bit.
It's only 8:35 for me.
Yeah, it's 9:30. It's 9:35 for me. So
11:35 for me.
Yeah. Nah, I lived in New York till I was 16, and then we moved to Colorado.
Nice.
So,
so I was a competitive runner. I used to go to Boulder in summertime throughout.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yep. Used to go to Boulder, and then we were in went to Lodo, downtown Denver.
Yep.
Green Mountain over there a lot, and
yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I'm actually gonna go when the Yankees come into town.
Playing the Rockies. Yeah.
Yep. So I'm going to that game. I'm so excited, man. I'm just like I'm like wanted to be here already. They're coming in July.
That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. I the last Yankees game I went to was 4 years ago, in New York. So
same here. I last time I went was before COVID. So,
no way.
Yeah, I haven't been there since, and I'm itching to get back to a game. Really
If you don't mind me asking, where in New York are you?
Manhattan.
Oh, you're in Manhattan.
Grew up in Hell's Kitchen. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's Midtown West. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I grew up there, and then I've got family in Queens.
We're in Queens.
Astoria, and then we've got
I know Astoria.
Yeah, Astoria.
Yeah, I grew up in Queens, and I still have family in Brooklyn.
That's my oldest daughter's name, Brooklyn.
Ha! Awesome.
Yeah, and got family. And my best friend lives in the Bronx. I got them all over New York City. We were infiltrate that whole place. I got family in Long Island, Queens, Staten Island. So everywhere.
Yeah, I still have some family in Brooklyn, and that's like, I spend most of my time in Brooklyn now. Yeah, I love Brooklyn, man, and over time it's just like, Queens was home for me, obviously because I was born there, but then over the years it's just like, nah, you know what, man, Brooklyn is home for me. Like I feel more like a Brooklyn person than I am Queens.
Yeah, man. Brooklyn's a great spot. We got Washington Heights here, RC from NYC. Oh, we might have 97 likes. If we can get 3 likes to get 100, that would be fantastic, gang. Thank you. We got Washington Heights. Buddy, I went to college with, grew up in it was 144th Street up in Washington Heights. We're Little
For
Italy,
sure.
San Gennaro Festival. Yeah. Bronx, the Boogie Down. That's the hometown for the Yankees. So, doesn't get any better than that. It really doesn't, man. But Brooklyn's got some of the best pizza you ever have. One of the best steakhouses you'll ever have at Peter Luger's.
Oh, hell yeah.
Right? And some of the best players.
Well,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, if you ever go to Brooklyn, dude, I'll recommend a Turkish restaurant to you.
I love it. I love good food, man. I'm a foodie.
Yeah, because that's where my family's from, and
nice.
Yeah. I was born in Brooklyn.
You were?
Yeah.
What part?
Fuck. Dude, it was 72 years ago. You think I know?
Fair enough. All right. That's fair enough.
Right, all I knew was Brooklyn Jewish Hospital, and I don't think it's even called that anymore. So
Brooklyn Jewish Hospital.
Huh.
Well,
I know it's got a different name, but I don't remember what it was. But I've been in California since I was 10.
Oh, wow.
Where in Cali are you?
I'm in Northwest Los Angeles County.
All right.
Okay.
Very nice.
But
I've been to California one time.
Yeah, nice. I'm looking to come back to New York, I think in July for a game. So
nice.
Waiting for the girlfriend to come out, and then once that happens, I'll take her back to New York.
No, there's not many better places to go to Yankee Stadium in New York, man. So
Hey, Jason, you'll have to come out to Colorado one day, man, and come to my gym and we'll roll.
All right, we can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. How's the gang out there? How's the crew rolling? You got
the crew is good, man. We got a lot of black belts in our school, and we're not just a jiu-jitsu gym. It's an MMA gym too. So it's like, we do Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, some MMA. So we got a good squad going, especially on the jiu-jitsu side. We got a lot of students. Good. So yeah, it's awesome, man. And I also go to a boxing gym in Denver, and because I work with a coach down there. So
striking coach, nice.
Yeah, I know Muay Thai has boxing, but they primarily focus on kicks, as you know. But
lower body, they just destroy your legs, man.
They just destroy your legs, they destroy your body. That's what Muay Thai practitioners do. Yeah. It's just good to go to a boxer because boxers punch the hardest out of everybody.
This is true too.
Yeah,
this is true too. It's that's when I'm like I have a black belt in Hapkido too, and like
Hapkido, okay.
Hapkido and Tung Sudo as well. So, and I have 4 thons in each, and
okay.
But it's the same kind of philosophy. We keep the kicks low, basically from the belt low. We keep the upper body from the belt up, just because anybody that's skilled with their hands can intercept a lot of these kicks that go high, and it's just easier to defend a high kick than it is a low kick. So, and if you're skilled, you got to be able to check these kicks really quickly, like they do in Muay Thai. So, and that's an important part of the training that not a lot of people either remember, people just ignore it, right? So, I always recommend keep the kicks to the waist down, keep the upper body, and the elbows and the punches with the waist up. So,
oh yeah, Yeah, no, and I get my fair share of body kicks, but I will beat the leg up all day, like and I'm about 6 foot, so I could get up there with the kicks, but it's just sometimes it's like the legs, it's right there, and I could just chop it, and especially if somebody kicks me and I move out the way, I just catch the back of their leg, like it's yeah. So
tear up that hamstring, tear up that calf is all day.
Oh, dude, yeah, that's what I do, and then I'm just like, well, I was like, you're still walking, so that's good news.
Yeah, that's right. What about you, Joel? You into combat sports or anything like that?
Getting up in the morning.
That's it, dude. It's a good sport too, man.
No, I told you I'm going in for surgery on Tuesday.
For your
rotator cuff.
Rotator cuff.
Oh
right?
man.
Yeah, I'm glad you came on and spent some time with us before we did that. So your history of speedy recovery for you too. But
yeah, hopefully everything goes smooth for you, Joel.
It's my 10th shoulder surgery. So
10th.
Oh my God.
I had 7 on the left, and this is the 3rd one on the right.
Holy moly.
Yeah, shoulder surgeries, man. I've met a lot of people that had shoulder surgeries, and it's always troubling for people, man. So I'm sorry you got to go through it, man. That's rough. I'm sorry.
The last one on the left side, they put in. Whoops.
Oh, where'd you go? We lost you.
Oh, he disappeared.
No,
oh, there he is.
No. The last one on the left side, they actually put in a reverse shoulder replacement because they couldn't repair the rotator cuff anymore.
Oh wow.
Reverse shoulder replacement.
Yeah.
I never heard that. That's new.
Yeah, that's how they put the apparatus in, but they have to cut through the muscle, so that's a bitch to get back the strength back.
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
That's I just as soon as you say shoulder, I think of Kimura. I think of Americana.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. No. And I put people in those quite a bit, especially the Americana. I'm like, give me that now.
I'm lifting your elbow up. Sorry, I'm just taking you out.
Yeah, but if I'm doing it against a white belt, I am like going real slow, and I'm like, okay, tap anytime now.
You do it from side mount? You do it from like half? How do you?
I'll do it from side, or I'll do it from. Most of the time, I'm doing it from mount.
Mount, yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it from mount.
Which is a good. I mean, mount. I mean, they're in trouble if you got mount and you know how to handle yourself. So you get full mount, forget about it. So.
Oh yeah, no, I get on mount position quite a bit, and I make people suffer from there. So.
But Joel, man, make sure you come back as often as you can. Get back to have a speed.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'll probably be offline on Tuesday because the surgery's in the afternoon. But knowing me, I'll be back on my my iPhone on Wednesday.
All right, we'll be here for all the games. Saturday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Yep. We'll be here regardless. So, but I'm sure we'll see you before that. But
I'm sure.
May you have a speedy recovery and.
Yes. Yeah. Have a speedy recovery, man. We'll send some positive vibes your way.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
Some positive vibes and some love your way. And now I'll wrap it up because we're going to. I didn't realize it was like 2 hours and 20 minutes already. Damn.
That's because I jumped in and was like, you know what? I'm going to continue this party.
Dude, it's all good, man. I was really happy to be here with you guys today. So I appreciate all you coming on. So,
yeah, no, I appreciate you like having an open invitation, man. I've been no joke. Like I've been telling myself, like I would love to do a live stream with Jason, and I want to, I like to chime in. I love talking baseball, and I love the Yankees, obviously. So, I always wanted to get in on a live stream. And I like jumping on the live streams with all you guys because everybody's got different insight, and it's pretty good insight. It's great, man. It's none of this emotional crap that a lot of people are doing.
We try to be level-headed here. It's okay for everybody to disagree. I don't expect everybody to agree. Like
today's meeting went really,
of course,
well.
What's that, Joel?
Today's session went really well.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was a really good time. And so the guys are asking me in the comments too. I'm going to do this every couple of weeks now. I'm going to do members and non-members, so everybody will be welcome to come on a live panel.
Oh, that'd be awesome, man. Yeah, I'll definitely jump on when I can, dude. Because like I said, I like this is my first time doing a live stream, so it's pretty. I'm actually enjoying it.
Good.
maybe I got to start my own Yankees channel or something.
Do it, man. Do it, man. Be part of the Yankee fan family, man. But you're always welcome here. You know that. So.
Oh, yeah, no, I appreciate you having me, man. Like I said, I love jumping on this. I don't even know. Funny story is, like, I don't even know how I found you, but I'm like, you know what? I like this guy. I'm gonna stick around.
I appreciate that, man. I mean, honestly, like I think every content creator has a different kind of vibe and a different personality, and the right audience will gravitate towards this person. So that's what I feel, and just want to continue growing it and making sure people enjoy it and get people involved in it, and just make sure they're having fun, man. It's all good.
Yeah.
Be real, it's all that good stuff too.
Same thing here. I stumbled upon Jason and I haven't gone anywhere since.
I appreciate that too. So I'm
yeah.
glad you guys
So yeah, man, no, I would love to jump on more live streams because I think this is pretty cool, and we all get to kind of share our thoughts and ideas, and and hopefully we're not gonna always agree, like you said, but
it's all good.
Yeah.
I think it's what makes the channel better. Like I say, I don't know if you've heard me, it's you guys that make the channel better, not me. Because I learn from you guys and gals. So I'm here feeding off of all of you.
For sure, and I appreciate that. I learned from you guys too. I learned from Joel is always chiming in, Billy Branch, like all those guys.
You got Billy, David, Texas, got the whole crew here.
Right. So it's cool. Like I love hearing the different insights from people.
That's why I think it's the best Yankee family out there on YouTube. So.
Oh, dude, this is like this whole like live stream and jumping into the chats and watching your videos, man. It's like it's like a little getaway almost.
It's like kind of a therapy session too. So
it's a total therapy session. It's like I just got done training and I jump into this. Now I could go home and sleep comfortably.
Exactly. So, we did a good job tonight. We did a good job. So
yeah.
And again, I think it needed to be had. People needed to vent a little bit with this Yankee team, which is totally fine.
Yeah,
we're all frustrated right now with the Yankees.
Yeah, and it's totally cool, and everybody's got different perspectives, and I don't expect people to just come on here and tell me I'm right and say that's great. Like there's other channels that do that. I don't want to do that. I want you to disagree with me. I want you to give you a perspective. Your opinions matter, so you need to be heard too. So,
for sure.
That's the way I'll always keep it.
I could have used this channel, Jason, in the 60s and the 70s until we finally won in 77.
We're not going anywhere now, man. So we're here to stay. Well, let's help this team win some freaking title.
Exactly.
So have a great night, guys. Keep rolling. NFE, man, keep getting better, man. Joel, have a great night. Hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow.
You will.
Both you guys. And I'll see you all later, man.
All right.
Have a good night, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow.
Be well,
all right,
guys.
take care.
Peace.
Peace, brother.